sunrise again of our village here for the Clash of Clans World Championship. It's time for the April Qualifier, and we're on day 2 already. My name is Rene once again, and with me here, bringing you all the action from the best players around the world, are Klaus and Galadon.
Thank you so much, Rene. Super excited to be here. A fantastic day 2 ahead of us, and an amazing day 1.
Absolutely. We had so much action yesterday, and there's so much more coming today. You guys you're in for a treat because there's 4 of some of the best clans out here today.
Yeah, we had 4 yesterday already. That's the other thing. Because we gave out 2 tickets already to the playoff Sunday. Yesterday, they actually went to Team Kesso, the brand new ultimate professional esports team, and Blaze JP, the returning team from our first qualifier in March.
Blaze JP by 4%. Tied in stars, Blaze JP just barely edging out the 3rd place team.
Group B obviously led by Quebec Fury, the guys from Canada, but there's even more in it.
That's right. I mean, yeah, so Quebec Fury, they're representing a bunch of clans, like 20 different clans, the best of those 20. And then we have Greek Attack. I think both of those clans are kind of somewhat unknown, so we're really looking forward to seeing them.
And then we have a couple of clans that are pretty well known. That's, of course, Dark Looters and Top of Japan, our 2nd Japanese clan competing in 2 days.
It's true. They obviously share some of the lineup. Not share, but they had some players that were previously playing at Blaze JP. And we got the full schedule for you guys once again, so you know exactly what's happening. We obviously start with Dark Looters versus Quebec Fury.
Yep, so it looks like we're going to have Quebec Fury out here for 3 wars in a row. And that's going to be exciting to watch. Again, what Klaus mentioned, I think that they are maybe the most underrated clan we're going to see because they've picked the cream of the crop from a huge family, a dynasty of clans, and they've got their 5 best attackers here today.
And not only are they the 5 best attackers, but they probably, as we've seen from yesterday, have 5 of the best bases as well. So you're not seeing just amazing attackers, you're seeing amazing defense, and we saw yesterday defense wins these wars.
Attack, defense, all of that is important to be successful here at the Clash of Clans World Championship. But before we send them into any war, we sat down with Quebec Fury to learn more about that.
I am Bulldog.
I'm Gus.
I am Hot.
I'm Maxim.
And I'm Backdraft.
Yay! Yeah.
We are Quebec Fury. We are from Quebec, Canada. We met in the game. We never meet before today, each other.
We basically use the Clat channel. We use a third-party program to discuss. So we have a way of having a voice channel. I guess we could start meeting up every month here if we get you guys allow us.
Yeah. Why not? When we heard that we are qualified, I never thought that was true. We were talking on live, and we said, "Hey guys, we're qualified. You see that?" No, we don't see it. And it was just fun. We're proud. A fun fact about our games:
we're the
Our teams.
we're old.
Oh, yeah.
We are old-timer clashers. You can do that at home.
Yeah.
Don't worry about feeling old. I'm pretty sure Galadon can feel it with these guys.
Old guys rule. Come on, we've heard that before.
That was messed up. It's true. It's
Well,
true.
we have to say, by the way, they're not all from Quebec. So
No.
that's why they never met.
But they do like to call themselves Quebecers. And we've got Gus for Prez, Hot, Maxim, Backdraft, and Bulldog.
And then, of course, the team they're going to be up against, Dark Looters, a few very familiar faces here. We got Valet, Flossie, Eve Calais, Knowledge, and Bum.
Or Boom.
Or Boom. It's one or the other. I like Bum better, though. It's,
Do we have to decide?
I heard that by the end of his attacks, the bass goes boom.
And my heart goes boom, boom, boom. Oh, never mind. Instead, let's bring up the stars onto the stage so they can grab some more stars along the way into the Sunday playoffs. So please welcome for the first time at this qualifier, the Dark Looters.
coming in reigning from Germany. This is their first time on the stage, and they're walking up confident with experience under their belt. That's definitely a huge advantage that they have going forward.
That's right. The Boom, dropping knowledge right in the center. Flossie, Valet, Eve Calais. Super excited to watch these guys attack.
I mean, if anytime you can drop knowledge in the middle of something, you're in good shape, right?
Guys going to be dropping knowledge on offense and on defense.
I was thinking knowledge,
Get
wisdom, intelligence. all those things.
Do we now run through all the positive ones?
Yeah. Happiness, joy,
Awesomeness.
Rene-ish.
Oh, wow. I like that. I'm totally buying into that one. But obviously the Dark Looters need an opponent to grab stars from, or maybe even lose stars themselves. So all the way from Canada, please welcome to the stage, Quebec Fury.
Probably the biggest underdog of them all because they're somewhat unknown, but that doesn't mean anything. They're the best of their clan family. Over 20 clans once again. I cannot wait to see what they're going to be able to accomplish today.
I know these guys. I voted for Gus for Prez. Hot, Maxim, Backdraft, Bulldog. Love these names. They're good names. Aggressive names.
They are actually. They are very aggressive. So we got Knowledge over there and Bulldog over there. So this is going to be really good.
When I was talking to them, I know that they talk English, obviously, but also French. So I wonder what is their language of communication. We need to listen in a bit during the match, because I don't know if they do it in English or do it in French.
Pretty sure it's French.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think their primary language is French, but they can hang with us.
So can I?
Maybe.
Je parle un petit peu de français.
Wow. You win, Gala. You win.
Yeah, I really wanted to answer something. I was like, nope. if my name is Rene, there's absolutely nothing.
Yep.
The French side.
Do my best to listen in.
I can't do much. Yeah, well, I think they said something in French.
Yeah.
Never mind. We're getting ready for our first match of day 2. 2 tickets to Sunday playoffs on the line. We're starting with Dark Looters versus Quebec Fury.
The lineup here looks good. Blue versus green. Gally, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking right now that you've got to see probably what was anticipated by the crowd to be the favorite clan, the favorites to win this, Dark Looters, and then perhaps the most unknown clan, Quebec Fury. And I think this is going to be super close. I'm excited, but I'm also super excited. Apparently, Boom leads off. You know what I heard about Boom? This was from iTzu. He said that Boom may be the single best attacker in the entire game. Clash of Clans.
And that's coming from iTzu himself,
Yeah.
so that's a huge compliment. Now, with the attack starting from Boom, hey, this is exciting already. I mean, we're seeing, I don't know, again, a virtually unknown for us in the studio, but someone who has already a really high level of reputation from iTzu.
Yep, and a great start there. You'll notice he dropped a balloon in front of the baby dragon. That is to soak up any possible seeking air mines, makes the baby dragon last a little bit longer and complete the funnel for the Archer Queen. I got the freeze right there. That's to try to get those wall breakers in, perhaps?
Oh, man,
Did we
absolutely.
lose them? Oh, we got through the first wall.
No, we got through the first wall. So at the moment when he had deployed that wall breaker and sent it in, it got destroyed by the Multi-Inferno. And then he sent the rest in without freezing. It was a little bit intimidating, but then he froze at the last second and got that wall broken. So this was already a scary start for Boom.
Know your radius. The Archer Queen activating that defensive clan castle. They're going to wander right into that poison spell. Archer Queen, beautiful rage right there, catching the healers as well. So the healers accelerating their healing. Notice she's back up to full, and she won't mind a bit being frozen by both of those ice golems.
Yeah, so this is actually a kind of a throwback to the previous qualifier where we're seeing 2 ice golems in that defending clan castle. We didn't see any of that yesterday, but today we're starting it out, so it's kind of nice. It's a little bit nostalgic to see some baby dragons or ice golems, but realize that they last only half as long. So that's interesting to see that.
So 2 for the price of 1 or 1 for the price of 2. Archer Queen all the way in. Check out the jump spell. She's going after some key defensive components right here. The Archer Queen. Next, it's going to be after the clan castle, of course, the Eagle Artillery and that air defense. And now here comes the air portion.
The rest of the attack has now begun. That Queen, watch out, Queen, get your ability.
Just
there we
barely
go. The Queen's ability popped. Fortunate for him, he got it in time. Now the rest of the attack, the balloons have now been deployed, and it's all about getting that town hall. Good freeze on that town hall.
Freeze.
Is the town hall going to be going down now, or is he going to come back? He gets it down, and the Warden's ability popped at the right moment. Now he can keep going with a 2-star and start accumulating some percentage.
Beautiful timing on that Warden's ability. Did you notice right there as the town hall went down, it also was protecting against that multi-target Inferno.
Notice, oh my goodness, so notice he's still got a rage spell. I did not realize this here, Galadon. So with a final rage spell and so many balloons, it looks like we're probably about to finish off this attack
overwhelming
with
this
a
case.
crazy 3-star. I mean, but is there enough time left?
More than enough time, Klaus. He's got cleanup troops all over the place. These balloons, no defenses left. You can hear the Dark Looters. Boom, opening up with an explosive attack right here. 3 stars to start things off, Klaus. This is a crazy start right here for Dark Looters.
And exactly what they needed. With that 3-star starting off this war, they're looking really, really good and really putting the pressure, the grind on Quebec Fury. Now, I love it. You're cheering. It's almost so loud I can't hear myself. I love it. Let's hear some more of that going forward in today's stream.
Well, Boom absolutely just lived up to precisely what we were just speaking about before this war started. Check out again that beautiful timing of the Warden's ability right there, protecting from the Gigabomb, and as they moved towards that air defense and the multi-target Inferno, they took no damage for several more seconds. They easily overran every single defense in that base, Klaus.
Boom put the hurt on that base. I was going to say boomed the base, but that didn't make any sense. But it destroyed the base with a complete 3-star, and now Bulldog looks like he's going to be returning the favor, hopefully, on Yves Calais' base.
Quebec Fury not intimidated at all by any of the other clans here. Bulldog excited to get going, and check it out. Another new base design. Remember, half the battle is defense.
And with that, yeah, I mean, with that defense, you have to be very careful about overdoing it against a certain attack strategy. Bulldog here attacking with a whole lot of witches, actually. So it's going to be really interesting. And then look at that, 5 bat spells as well. So this is a very unconventional attack strategy, not one that I'm super familiar with, but the fundamentals are still the same, with the beginning with that grounds kill squad, and of course the funnel on the right and the left.
Yep, so you saw the Electro Dragon just going down to the Teslas there on the right, so maybe a little bit less funneled than he might have hoped. On the left-hand side, the Barb King way down there, and you can see the entry. See how many units go right in the middle and how many don't.
Look how many little skeletons are running around this base. That's hilarious. I love it.
So good.
1.5 million skeletons on the base right now, and that's only the beginning. These witches are going to keep on knocking out skeletons throughout the entire attack now.
If you look closely, you can see where precisely that jump spell was placed. As we got bats coming in from the bottom, but notice that jump spell was just precision right there. That's opening up at least 5 different compartments as the freezes help keep those bats alive. Or do they?
The tornado trap catching all of those skeletons, and the tornado trap does do a bit of damage, so those skeletons died out, but fortunately the witches will survive. With the bats being deployed down at the bottom, you got to keep a freeze on all the the splash damage and the multi-infernos and whatnot. It looks like that was just not what got done. It looked like, wait a minute, there are 4 healers still deployed, and they're just now being put down.
Coming in from behind. Oh, one just got grabbed by a Seeking Air Mine. And that Eagle has just devastated everything in the area.
Oh, wait.
Go down.
We need that 50%.
One more structure.
The Warden's going to take out the Eagle Artillery, and that's going to be the 50. There's a 50%. Wow. Okay. He needed that 50. He's got the 2-star. He needs more percentage, though.
Well, I mean, that right there was definitely a huge moment to see if he was going to grab that 2nd star, Klaus. Holy cow, that was close for that Eagle Artillery. But you nailed it. The Warden was there. And I'm not sure what happened with the healers. If that was a mistake, they came in too late accidentally or what. But one of them caught a Seeking Air Mine on the way in.
It makes me wonder if he had accidentally brought the healers. Because, I mean, if you look at the attack strategy, there really isn't a lot of place for the healers. I mean, potentially in behind the witches to keep them alive. But that's not a real traditional attack strategy. But we had already said, well, that's a pretty unconventional way to go about it.
You made a good point about that yesterday, Klaus, the fact that we've got different metas across different countries. And we're getting our first look at a fully Canadian clan. There may be different attack strategies that have developed amongst their family of clans.
That's true. I mean, you know that these clans, they war with each other all the time. They develop these metas and are absolutely you're great at making up and being creative against certain base designs. And speaking of getting creative against specific base designs, we have Yves Calais starting off this attack, and it looks like it's going to be with that lovely little Pekka smash.
Love to watch this attack as Yves Calais gets ready. A couple of these guys over on Dark Looters, apparently this is their attack of choice right now. Look at the units around about 50% of the outside of this base, Klaus, just picking off free buildings.
And that's intelligence. We were talking about there's knowledge on one side and what was it, Bulldog on the other. But right now we're seeing knowledge coming from Dark Looters as you want to check out the base. You want to get all the free percentage that you can, and that's what's happening here. And now with that funnel being created on the right-hand side below the corner, this queen should be able to just walk on over and potentially take out this town hall, and that would at least be that 1st star.
She is headed in that direction, and also notice we have a Stone Slammer queued up, so we might see that a little bit later. These Pekkas are going to go right over that jump spell right after the Town Hall, and the Queen's going to join them. And like you said, Klaus, the healers joining and just kind of helping out whoever needs the most work.
Well, there's that Town Hall goes down, and we have the Grand Warden's ability, so there we go. We got that 1 star, and now the 2 star, so that's what he came for. That's what he wanted. But what about that triple? Is there enough left in this attack to be able to go all the way?
Check out the Stone Slammer, moving in late from the right-hand side. It's going to go after directly to the Inferno Tower. Great move right there. No need to get units over to the Inferno. Stone Slammer takes it out and moves forward.
And that Stone Slammer actually will play a crucial role because it's just destroying walls and destroying defenses on this far side while the rest of the troops are kind of hanging out in the core there. But unfortunately, the Queen kept her healers. And how often do you hear that, Galadon? Normally you want your Queen to keep her healers, but in this strategy it's a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, good point. The healers kind of abandon the bowlers, abandon the Pekka, and it looks like it's just up to the Queen, the healers. Now the balloons out of the Stone Slammer, they've got a haste spell over there, so that should help out a little bit. Notice Eve Kale knew that the balloons would path to the cannon second before they went to that Inferno Tower based upon the placement of his haste spell.
Absolutely. Now it looks like we are actually in a very good position here, Galadon, because we have a Queen with her special ability and only a few defenses left. But the timer is counting down.
Seconds.
Is there enough time? I think the Queen can absolutely get the defense.
A lot of hit points on the right-hand side of that Dark Elixir storage.
Here, Galadon.
Coming closer, 33 seconds left. The Archer Queen trying to get that structure, but she's going to have to get through another wall, or no?
Oh yeah, no, she's got this,
going after the
Galadon.
wall.
No, she's got this. She's going to get through the wall. There's plenty of time. That little minion on the right-hand side with 2 archers are going to get that Dark Elixir storage, and it is definitely going to be a 3-star response by Eve Kale.
There it is. Beautiful attack right there. Eve Kale. Wow, 3 stars, just picking it up with just a few seconds left.
All right, so with the response, with that 3-star, man, the clans are looking good. I mean, Dark Looters now with their second 3-star in a row. Quebec Fury definitely has to come back.
I've never seen this. I've never seen 2 opening 3 stars in a war since we've been doing this, and that was a couple of incredible attacks right there. Very different, but both executed beautifully.
Gus for Prez, giving the camera a peace sign, giving a wink to the camera. Do you think he's campaigning here, Galadon?
Gus looks confident. I mean, Gus for Prez is a pretty confident name, so we'll see what happens as he goes after Flossie's base. An unusual setup up here in the top left. Check out the walls up there. Lots of empty space between the walls and the town hall.
And notice that whenever they make these kind of base designs, they're looking to defend the easy 2-star. So of course you don't want to make it super easy for, say, a wave of Electro Dragons to blast through this base. So you see a lot of defenses that are separated by more than 1 tile, and that's like base building 101. You want to make sure you keep your base semi-spread out, but then if it's too spread out, it's very vulnerable to other attack strategies as well.
Yep, a lot of spread on the bottom left, and watch for those 5 bat spells. Guts for Prez going to use those, and we'll have to again be aware of splash damage. Multi-target Infernos and Wizard Tower is going to be the bat's worst enemy.
That poison spell on that clan castle, and of course the troops are trying their very best to get to that Eagle Artillery, but unfortunately that jump spell is placed just off, and a lot of the troops have gone outside of the base. I don't
Here come the bats,
that
Klaus.
was part. Well, the bats are awesome to watch.
Left side.
But the pathing is just off. All of the
Beautiful
troops
freeze.
are outside of the base right now, except for the Queen, which just died out just before that unfortunate Eagle Artillery stayed up.
I didn't even see a health left in that health bar right there. That Eagle Artillery may have single-digit hit points, but it's going to spell doom for the rest of this attack.
But fortunately, Gus for Prez gets that 2-star, and that's what they came for. But we need to see some triples from Quebec Fury going forward, because at this point, they're still down by 2 stars in only the first 2 attacks of each clan.
Surprising to watch. Dark Looters living up to what a lot had talked about, expecting this clan to perform really, really well. Gus for Prez, though, these guys not intimidated at all, definitely putting up some strategies that could work out for the 3-star. We have seen this attack grab 3 stars against these maxed out Town Hall 12 bases before, Klaus.
That's right, but generally speaking, Galadon, you don't see the jump spells leading all the troops outside, so I think that was a bit of a misclick where all the troops decided to go out, only the Queen stayed in, Eagle didn't go down, and it has been just raining down balls of fire on those poor troops since the beginning of this attack, and that is definitely not the recipe for success.
Now, that's the worst nightmare, to see an Eagle Artillery up the rest of the attack, but saved it with 70%, a respectable 2-star.
Definitely respectable. I mean, we want to see the 2 stars at least 70%, and it looks like that's what he got.
Definitely not enough yet. We know from yesterday that even scoring 2 stars all across the board, it's not getting you into the playoffs if you're unlucky and everyone else is performing to the top performance we expect here in a qualifier like that. Just a quick overview of our current Group B. So we're just being the first matches. There's still a lot of change.
It is. It looks like every clan has put up all 2-star attacks except for Dark Looters. Only 3 stars so far. The other 3 clans, only 2 stars.
That's incredible. I mean, looking at what we have here, we do have 198% 2-star by Top of Japan, the war that's going on in the background here. So we'll try to keep you guys up to date on all that. But so far, Dark Looters has the only 2 3-stars that we've seen so far.
All right, and get ready for this. Knowledge drop-in earthquake spells, not a spell that you see very often in these high-level attacks. So excited to see exactly what his plan is here for those 4 earthquakes. Remember, 4 earthquakes together will destroy any level wall.
And it looks like that's what he's absolutely going to be doing here, Galadon. I mean, with 4 earthquake spells, you know he's going to be trying to get those 4 Pekka that he's got in his deployment section there to go into the core of this base, not ring around the rosy, but get in there and start taking out those key defenses. And of course, get that Town Hall for at least that 1-star.
Here they come. Beautiful placement. Look at that damage to those defenses. And exactly like Klaus mentioned, a beautiful path directly to the Town Hall. You see the Bowler Barb King combo on the right-hand side, completing the funnel. Everybody else headed right smack down the middle.
Ooh, with that Lava Hound exploding, we now have so many Lava Pups, and it looks like a few of them are going to be following the wrong troops, and they're going to avoid that poison spell. That is why that Lava Hound is so deadly, because not just the Hound, but its little pups wreaking havoc all over the attack.
Yep, and the Archer Queen just barely hanging on right now. He has not used her ability, and she looks like she's about 5% health. And wait, what? Did she just go down? Did we just lose the Archer? I thought I saw him hit her ability right as she disappeared. That was tough right there. I'm pretty sure that Knowledge hit the Queen's ability and she died at the same moment.
You have to expect that was what happened. These guys don't miss those abilities, and it must have been just at the very last second, possibly a giant bomb, possibly anything could have thrown that attack off where that Queen bit the dust. But hey, he's got the 2-star. Can he push on? I mean, there's not a lot of base left, but there's still that enemy Queen, and she counts for a lot.
2/3 down, and an attack like this, when you lose the Archer Queen, it's not quite as devastating as, say, another style attack, because you still have these units that can really benefit from the presence of the healers. You know, a Pekka is really going to soak that up while putting out a ton of damage per second.
And note also that the healers do a lot more healing on troops than heroes. So that's what iTzu, I believe, was saying to me just yesterday, I think, was that the real attack shines when the healers are hanging out with the troops, because they are so much more efficient on the troops.
Well, they did their best, but unfortunately, it looked like that last Pekka just went down on the inside of the base, and the Bowler as well. Skeleton balloons are going to just shear down that last healer, and another high percentage attack, not quite a 3-star, broke the streak for Dark Looters.
Never good to see a streak broken, but if that's the worst attack that they get, an 85% 2-star, then they are really sitting pretty for moving on to the playoffs tomorrow. But it's definitely way too early to call. But it's always good to see that their worst attack being 85%. That's well above average. They're doing really well right now.
Definitely, that is the best performance that we've seen to date. An opening from Dark Looters, 185%. But now Backdraft with the 2 thumbs up, he's ready to go. Again, these Quebecers are going to perform. You know, again, they're representing a huge dynasty of clans. I mean, they tried to explain to me a little bit. I was messaging with their leader on Twitter, and just the number of clans that are represented by the Quebec Fury clan is amazing.
I mean, it's up in the 20s, is it not? Or is it more than that?
Easily.
Easily 20. Could be more than that. Okay. And how in the world did they pick their top 5 guys?
You've got me. But again, now it's all of their first trip here out to Poland, and now under the lights in front of all of you, they've got to perform. And it's a lot easier to do at home than it is to do right here.
Wow. All right. So with Backdraft starting off this attack, we have a looks like it's going to be a Queen Walk with some Hog Riders. It's Galadon's second favorite troop. Or is that your top favorite?
Second favorite troop?
Yeah, I thought you loved the Miners.
Oh, I do love them both. It's true.
And then, of course, Rene loves the Baby Dragons. There's none of those in here in this one, but, you know, they'll come up eventually.
We haven't seen as many Miners as we might expect to see, although apparently these guys know exactly what they expect from the opposing clans, and they've adjusted their bases accordingly.
Wow, so with a couple of Ice Golems going off at the same time, we have a defensive Ice Golem and an offensive Ice Golem, and it froze up everything. Fortunately, that meant freezing the enemy Queen and the enemy Giga Tesla, so things are looking pretty good, except unfortunately, wow, he had to use his Queen's ability so early. Is that Queen going to be able to get that Town Hall
With
now?
the rage spell, I think she gets through. Watch out. The defending Archer Queen doesn't quite see her. She's just out of range.
Wow, that
There
was
goes
lucky.
your Town
That was
Hall.
extremely lucky, because if that Queen had stepped up and shot our Queen, the attacking Queen, one time, that Town Hall would not have gone
Now
down.
she's
This
in
attack
trouble.
would have went very badly.
Yeah, now there she's in trouble. You can almost never survive a dual hero onslaught. The Archer Queen had the defending King and Queen on her at the same moment. No chance. And now the healers. well,
She
they're
was
gonna
outnumbered,
go pursue the
Galadon.
Hog Riders.
She was outnumbered. You get 2 against 1. That's not fair. You got to bring the Warden with you or
Exactly.
something, and then you're in good shape, right?
That's when you hope that you still have that ability, but like you said, he had to use it a little bit earlier. Now we're going to watch the Hog Riders move in. Heal spells, all of the heal spells already down on the battlefield, Klaus.
Wow, so he's definitely just trying to save the 2-star here, because you have a lot of base on the backside, and if you use your heal spells too early, definitely not going to be able to protect against, say, those backside wizard towers or even the enemy queen.
Yeah, it's looking tough right here because you see that the Eagle is still raining down. No heal spells left. Backdraft excited about that second star right
yes,
there.
there's that
right
second
as the
star.
Hog Riders get wiped out. Check out the Wizard at the bottom of your screen with the healer. They've made best of friends. And he's going to grab a few more percentage points before this attack is over.
But that shows the importance, Galadon, of having a cleanup crew, because he was just under that 50%, just under that 2-star, and fortunately he had the troops left over to get the cleanup on the outside to get that second star. Otherwise, he'd be putting his clan in a really bad position. So, cheers to Backdraft for that.
Exactly. The Hog Rider apparently had something to say about that attack because those heal spells were dropped a little bit early.
A little bit early.
Expect me to get through every single defense, you're going to have to save some Hog Rider heal spells.
He said it, folks.
I heard he was upset. I heard it was true, so there you go.
There was a whole bunch of them, so imagine that voice 30 times over.
Well, we saw the heal spells really early in that attack, and that's always tough when you see the Hog Riders kind of split up. Ideally, you're going to have funneling where they're going to be a small, narrow path of defenses that the Hog Riders will follow, and then you can kind of predict that, drop your heal spells out just in front of them, especially when you're looking at splash, like bomb towers, wizard towers, and the multi-target inferno.
You've got to cover the splash damage, absolutely. And fortunately, with a troop like the Hogs, you can predict their path. But right now, we're seeing a few actual Pekkas being placed down. They're a little harder to predict, by the way, but they're still very, very powerful, and we can see here with this attack starting off for Valet. Oh yes, we have the Pekka Smash once again.
We have a dozen bowlers in preparation for the onslaught here. As you see again, the Barb King kind of doing the funneling on the right-hand side, and a lone minion out there grabbing an extra structure or two, making sure you get these buildings down on the left. And here comes the entry with the wall breakers.
Anytime I see wall breakers now, especially with the advent of we have the wall wrecker now, anytime I see wall breakers, I get a little nervous. But, these guys, they're making sure that the defenses aren't going to take out those wall breakers, and it works out to their advantage. Now, it looks like Valet actually missed his Warden ability, and a lot of troops were taken out by that Gigabomb.
Yeah, that is a big stall right there. It's hard to tell. In this type of attack, it's hard to tell how many units are left, but you're right, Klaus. I believe there's not nearly as many as Valet had hoped for. And there was the Warden's ability much later than we would anticipate.
I would expect that that ability definitely over that Town Hall. The only troops that really ever avoid the Gigabomb are miners. So then this is not a minor attack. So that was just an unfortunate misclick probably on his part, or hopefully it's comes down to something that simple. But you never know, man. You never know. But with that Stone Slammer now approaching, there's still life in this attack. He's definitely going to get that 2-star.
I do really like this strategy, Klaus. We saw this earlier from Dark Looters, this Stone Slammer being dropped late like that, getting a lot of value, not taking a lot of damage, so it's able to go through several defenses before it drops its cargo, which is almost always balloons in the earlier attacks. Right here, balloons and an E-Drag.
There we go. So is that a... Wait, it didn't have a clone spell, though. No, so it wasn't an Electrum, but we just have a simple little Electro Dragon coming in and helping out on this far side. Now, if there were a few less defenses and possibly a Queen ability, I would say he's still set up for a pretty decent attack, probably even a 3-star. But right now, again, with that Grand Warden's ability being missed there, you just can't survive with half your troops going down that early.
Imagine that Archer Queen there in the center has some healers. This does end up a lot differently. Interesting to watch the attack strategies kind of change and evolve over time. This late Siege Machine, the late Stone Slammer, an exciting attack to watch, and definitely we're learning a lot as we go here.
These little archers standing out here, shooting, getting as many percentage points as they possibly can, and they have unlimited ammunition, by the way. I'm still wondering how
That's
that works.
good to know.
What are the physics behind that?
I am going with
never-ending
magical arrows.
Yeah, never-ending quiver, something like that. It's an amazing thing
The arrows
to
are
watch.
definitely magical. This attack, almost magical. Looks like about, what, 76% or so? So Vale putting up solid numbers.
Yep, that's what we got. We have a 76% two-star for Vale. That is, you know, that's not their best attack, but certainly not below average, certainly not terrible.
Why should we expect anything terrible from the Dark Looters? Not with that start, coming off of 2 3-stars in a row. We had 2 3-stars for one team yesterday, and a 3-star on the opposing team, but never in a row you set that already, so that is a start they can be proud of. The question is, can they keep that going? Because we know today it's all about the stars. So even just one good match where they can score a lot of 3-stars can basically carry them through the whole day on the way to the playoffs.
Which is what we witnessed yesterday, Rene. I mean, we saw with Team Queso in the first war get so many 3-stars that it set them up to win from the very beginning. So is that the situation that we have here? Hot, attacking for Quebec Fury, probably doesn't want that to happen.
So now we get to check out Boom's other half. That would be his defensive base layout, as he's got bat spells coming on the right-hand side, and check out the freeze spell, see if they're going to be able to get through that multi-target Inferno. Doesn't look like it. He chose to place the second freeze on the Wizard Tower.
Yes, unfortunately with those bats, I mean, you've got to freeze all the splash damage and multi-targeting stuff in the vicinity, which was both the Inferno and the Wizard Tower, and he only freezed the Inferno Tower, so that did not work for his advantage. The bats did not get a lot of value, but we're about to see that second star here in just a moment. There it is! All right, so that's good. We don't want any 1-star fails, but we definitely want to see a little more percentage going forward with this attack.
You can definitely see Hot's plan there was to get through the multi-target Inferno. Maybe it would be distracted by the units that were moving in the initial opening, and then on the right-hand side dropping that freeze on the Wizard Tower. If they get through both of those structures, then they likely get through the Expo, the Archer Tower, the Air Defense, and the Eagle Artillery, and then that gives this attack a chance at 3 stars.
That's right. With defenses like the Eagle Artillery still up, it's just not going to be good. That's the simplest way I can put it. I mean, that thing, like I said earlier, just rains down death on every troop in the game pretty much as it goes along, and even the Pekka can't stand up. They might have about 1.5 million HP.
It seems like it sometimes.
Still, the Eagle Artillery does so much damage, it's really hard to come back from.
I mean, you could see that aiming reticle focusing on where that Eagle is going to fire next, and now it's going to be this poor Archer here on the right.
Oh, no.
And she is about to get wiped out, but a solid number, 70.
Yes!
5%.
Okay.
Right before she becomes nothing but a puddle of elixir.
That moment when nobody was breathing, we were all just waiting, like, come on, you got this, come on! Yes! That was good. That felt good.
Yeah, so notice again on that right-hand side the splash damage of the Wizard Tower and the multi-target Inferno. You can see where this attack was designed to come around kind of clockwise with the main attack portion, and the bats were supposed to get the job done on the right.
In the background, we see that Top of Japan won the first match against a Greek attack, but the Dark Looters already throwing the distance with the stars that accumulated here in their first match, and I'm pretty sure that Flossie will add some more to that.
Flossie actually preparing for his attack right now. I believe he's the one of the last, if not the last attacker for Dark Looters.
Yep.
And it's going to be, I imagine, I've heard this name many times, so I think we have a lot to expect from him today.
Well, again, we've seen 3 stars only from the Dark Looters so far today. Top of Japan, Greek Attack, Quebec Fury with only 2 stars. We see 1 star on the other war, but we'll get to that a little bit later as we watch Flossie right here dropping in again, Queen Charge. And we've got, I'm curious to watch where this Ice Golem goes, Klaus. Always fun to watch these on offense.
So the big question is, which way is the Queen going to go? So the funnel established on the right-hand side. Queen, unfortunately, is diving a little deep. We need that Arch Tower to go down up there at the top. If it doesn't, the Queen stands a chance of going the wrong direction. There we go.
There's your Ice Golem.
Man, that was a little stressful, but now the Queen's
Look at
going
Ice
the
Golem.
right direction.
Ice Golem pulled out the Barb King, Klaus. Beautiful move. That means the Queen's going to take no damage at all from that Barbarian King. He's distracted. He turned around and saw her, but it was way too late for him to do anything. But now, where's the Queen going? Because that multi-target Inferno on the Town Hall are definitely some targets that you would love to get down early.
Well, you can see with that King getting that funnel on the very, very bottom now with all those Pekka at the top, and we'll see a few more bowlers charging in, you can see that the main portion of this attack is going in toward that town hall. So everything is collapsing onto this base very, very nicely. But what about the going up on the outside and that multi-infernal on the opposite side of the town hall may be a bit difficult to deal with.
Exactly, that's a long ways away. What was also exciting to watch was the fact that the Pekka broke through 2 different walls. There were no wall breakers, no jump spells through the first 2 layers of walls. Here comes a Stone Slammer going straight for the town hall, Klaus.
Valkyries or balloons? Valkyries or balloons?
I'm going with Valkyries this time. Let's watch that Stone Slammer goes down, and it's balloons, of course it's balloons.
I didn't guess, but never mind.
All right, but nonetheless, the town hall goes down, so there's your 2nd star, although they didn't get very far past that town hall because of the expos that were up in the area.
Well, we're lucky because the healers tacked onto the Pekka, so that's a good sign. But unfortunately, you can see up there that, remember that Inferno Tower I mentioned at the very top?
Yeah.
It is still up, and nothing is going to be able to get near that thing until all of these troops circle around the top and end up at about 1 o'clock. So do we have enough time? 60 seconds? The Pekka are slow, but are they that slow?
Showing you their weakness, Klaus, and they may be extremely strong as far as how many hit points they have, the damage they put out, but boy, are they slow when it comes to cleanup, and that's pretty much mostly what Flossie has left for cleanup troops here.
But fortunately, there is a lot of cleanup to be had, which means that he can accumulate even more percentage. And, you know, with this actually looks really tight. Look at that. There's no cleanup on any side except for right in front of all those defenses. So
got
with enough time, we might actually be able to get this 3-star here.
See if a healer picks up one of those Pekkas right there. I don't think we're going to have enough time. But, man, there's still at least 4 Pekkas on the screen. And, yeah, they've got 2 layers of walls to get through, so no chance for the 3-star. But very nearly high 90s for Flossie. A beautiful attack right here.
If it weren't for these max blue walls, we might actually see them break through that final layer. So that's one of the best reasons why you want to get your walls upgraded. Because look at this. These Pekka are really struggling to get through these walls right now. That is a 98% 2-star. Very close to the 3-star.
Amazing. There was a moment there where I thought maybe we called the 2-star too soon as you're watching those Pekkas get through that last wall, but
we
you're
never call stuff too soon, Gally. Come on.
Of course not. Just call them wrong, like balloons or Valkyries. Yeah,
that was a competition.
Balloons
that was fun.
absolutely wiped out that town hall there, and that was a good move. I mean, you got to think that the plan was balloons with a haste spell there, because the balloons, Flossie was hoping the balloons would take out the town hall, move to the expo, and then maybe move over the wall, where a Valkyrie would have been stuck, obviously, trying to get through another layer of walls.
Absolutely. If those balloons had kept going, could have gotten the value, possibly would have been the triple. But Magzim with the final attack had a message for those at home. Gave it a wink, give it a thumbs up. Now it's time to start the final attack in this first war. By the way, there are 4 wars that we're going to be watching today. This is only the first, so just because we're coming to the end of this war, don't go anywhere. There's a lot more to come.
And again, right now, even though it looks like Quebec Fury can't beat Dark Looters, we need to remember that this is about the top 2 clans today, 2 advancing to tomorrow's playoffs, and Greek Attack and Top of Japan in the background have not been putting up 3 stars. So with a solid performance right here, Quebec Fury is absolutely still in the running to advance to the playoffs.
That's right, and with that funnel set up, Magzim is starting this Queen Walk attack, but look at this, dragons. Oh yes, wait in anticipation, ladies and gentlemen, because this is the first dragon attack that we have seen today. Very, very exciting, because there's nothing better than watching a group of dragons bombard that town hall like that.
They will not have a problem with the Lava Hound came out. I was wondering if it was going to be all archers. Good freeze right there on the Expo and on that Eagle Artillery. Unusual base, Klaus. Definitely not a layout that we've seen before.
No, we've seen nothing of the sorts. I mean, so there goes the town hall, as we were saying. He needs that 50%. He wants that 3-star. But again, back to the base design. I mean, it's very wide open. It's definitely meant to stop something like an Electro Dragon attack where the Chain Lightning requires only 1 space between the buildings. This one's very spread out, so that's good. That's going to defend against that. But what about the real, like the original dragons? What about those?
Well, it looks like those dragons have pursued the Lava Hound over here to the right-hand side, and now the defending Archer Queen, she's just about to get involved, as is that isolated multi-target Inferno. I really like this base setup as far as right there in the middle, having the Archer Queen, the King, and that multi-target Inferno. Tough to get to.
Very tough, especially with that stinking sweeper blowing things around everywhere. Now, fortunately, these dragons will still get some value. They're going to keep roaming around the space counterclockwise, and this Queen Walk is actually going to dive straight at it, take out the sweeper, and then start working on the Inferno Tower and the Wizard Tower. This is going to come down not to whether the troops survive, but whether the clock is nice to us.
I think you're right, Klaus. Now, she is after the Barbarian King right there. She has already used her ability, but she should be able to stay ahead here. It's going to be close. Inferno Tower's on her as well, so that
come on!
means
Oh, come on!
the job
Queen.
done.
Oh, if the Queen had survived that, then we would have seen a very, very high percentage. But unfortunately, I don't think the Dragons are fast enough to get through the final 25%. So unfortunately, this will be a 2-star, but honestly, one of the highest percentages that we've seen from Quebec Fury today.
It actually is going to be the highest percentage, Klaus. Their highest to this point is 75%. Maxim looks like he's easily going to pass 80 right here. So a solid number, and again, if it comes down to a tie in stars later on today to see who advances to tomorrow, it's attacks like this that make all the difference.
You know, these guys came into this very confident. They were telling me that they've been preparing for this for years. They were so excited that Supercell was releasing a Clash of Clans World Championship tournament, and you know, as soon as they heard the announcement, they just wanted to jump up and cheer for joy because it was finally the opportunity to see who's the best in the world. And it looks like we're seeing that they're being challenged pretty handily right now.
Absolutely, and it's been exciting to watch clans from all over the world converge here in Katowice, Poland. Is that 87%?
Yes.
Great performance from Quebec Fury.
And it looks like Dark Looters will take it today, 12-10.
So Dark Looters first war winners.
That's it. I mean, living the dream, right? Basically showing us
man.
exactly what everyone expected of the German lineup. Part of the Dark Looters family, we know that. The squad Tribe Gaming is already qualified for the big finale of the Clash of Clans World Championship. And these guys seem to be off to a good start in Group B with 12 stars from just their first matchup. So, yeah, even going 2 stars only now, I don't want to call it because we might see everyone now going 3 stars and everyone crazy, but it is good. It's a great start.
It's true, and it's tough to predict because of the matchups as far as offense versus defense. We heard a lot of that from iTzu talking about clans trying to set up their bases to defend against specific attacks. I've even heard that a lot of these clans have been specifically designing bases because they know that the opposing clan prefers to use bowlers or Pekka Smash or dragons, and they're trying to adjust. So can the offense adjust to the new defense?
So it's a total mind game. It's all psychology. I mean, so you know what your opponent wants to do, so you do the opposite, but the opponent knows that you know, so they do the opposite. It's just one big hectic blah.
Somebody needs to help us straighten this out, so I'm thinking maybe Rene could help us with an interview with one of the winning players.
I'll try to help out over here at the couch with Valley from the Dark Looters. First of all, congratulations for the win and welcome back. I mean, you have been here during the Clan War Leagues earlier in 2018. Is it different?
Yeah, definitely. It's another level of pressure, and yeah, in 2018 it was just fun, and now it's a real competition and real pressure.
The competition seems to be hard today. I mean, even if that might have looked easy for outsiders, it was probably not. And we saw yesterday how it can be in the end of it. But you guys, you have Tribe Gaming already qualified. Is it adding another layer of pressure? I mean, you saw friends already qualifying. Everyone expects you to do the same.
Yeah, of course. Like, they already qualified, and everyone expects us to, at least go in the playoffs and compete there. And at the start, we were very tensed. But yeah, after these two triples, we felt very good, and yeah, it was nice.
Can't start better than 2 triples. One last word to the Dark Unicorns. They didn't manage yesterday. They got eliminated already. Anything to say to them?
Well, I think they did great. They had some little mistakes and a bit of bad luck. I mean, in the last war, these both 2% needed for 2 triples, and they would have done it. But yeah, they reached also here the stage of the competition, and they definitely will get another chance.
Running out of luck. Thanks, Vala, for the interview, and that you don't run out of luck or of ideas in terms of how to attack a base. Well, once again, iTzu, and I'm probably sure you got another great attack for us.
Yeah, and I think everyone could expect it already. I have the attack from Boom once again. with a beautiful Queen Charge Lalo attack, which he's famous for, and one of the reasons why, in my opinion, he's the best attacker in the world. So you can see over here like a really nice funnel on one side, and the Queen, which is hidden right now behind the scroll bar, will walk into the other side with War Breakers, which can get into the base with the free spell, so the Inferno Tower won't roast all of his War Breakers. You can see the first set, like the test War Breakers, and immediately after the main group of War Breakers coming in, getting rid of the wall, and the Queen is walking in, taking out the Inferno Tower, and you can see a really nice Loon coming in as well, like just to spot whether there are any black mines, so he won't lose any of his healers. And then the next part of the plan is to jump his Queen into the core, so she can reach the air defense over here. She will reach the Eagle, and really important, the Queen, which is right next to the Eagle as well. So that's like his main objectives to get with the Queen Charge. Struggling a little bit against the Ice Golems, trying to speed everything up with the Rage Spell so we don't have like any issues with time. And you can see over here as well, I want to highlight that really quick, two Rage Spells left, which means he planned for using 3 Rage Spells, but now you can see the Queen is making one more step, and the healers will come into the range of the air defense, which means he do not have that many healers left. He needs to use the Queen ability right now, and as soon as that's happening, he only has 1 healer left, which means there's no sense in using the another Rage Spell for the Queen, so he's letting her die, do her like, last thingy with getting rid of the Archer Tower and the Sweeper, and then you can see that at that level, he's even counting the building, so he can know that the Gear Tesla will be activated, so his Loons can come in and clear the rest of the base. And then once again it comes in that he saved this one Rage Spell for the end, and this in the end secures him the 3-star with some really clutch haste spells in the end. So that was it for this attack, and like I said, this proves to me once again that he's the maybe best attacker in the world, but at least one of the best attackers in the world. So let's get back to the guys at the desk.
Thanks, iTzu, and I'm pretty sure that at least right now, no one's really arguing about him being at least among the best attackers of the world. That was only one attack so far on the day, because just round 1 is over, but it was an impressive one.
It was because of one of his attacks that they actually won the war 12-10, 2-star win. You don't see a lot of those. I don't think we saw any of those yesterday either.
No, that's true. And then Top of Japan defeated Greek Attack 10-9 behind the scenes. So there you go. Our overall Group B standings puts the Dark Looters on the top with 12 stars, a 2-star lead right now.
But then Top of Japan and Quebec Fury are tied up 10-10, so like there's still no idea what's going to happen for the playoffs.
That is true, and we know how tight it can be. I mean, yesterday it was 4% that decided between going home, being eliminated, or going through to Sunday's playoffs, which are so important because that's the only chance to grab a ticket to the Clash of Clans World Championship, the big stage when we hit ESL 1 later on this year. Next matchup is just getting ready, so we're looking into one of the teams. It's Top of Japan.
普段から一緒にやってるメンバーではなく、日本国内のリーグで敵同士でやってるメンバーが、集まっていて、この大会に出るためだけに集まってます。仲いいです。オフ会とかで一緒にありますね。やっぱりトライブゲーミングが強かったですね。ブレイズも惜しかったですけど、自分たちがもしその場にいたとしても、結構チャンスはあったかなと思ったんで、日本のクラクラのレベルが、世界トップレベルであることを証明したい。ブレイズ JP、日本から同じ日本から出て、どれぐらい強いかは戦ったことがあるから、お互い知っているんで、私たちはこの大会で優勝できると確信しています。
They want to prove that the top level of Japan is the top level of the world, but so far they're trailing a bit from the Dark Looters, but here is their chance for more stars.
Top of Japan, the team members, we have Takana, Toto, a familiar face, Sturdam, Ayase, and Earth.
And Quebec Fury coming out again. We'll see Gus for Prez, Hot, Maxim, Backdraft, and Bulldog one more time on stage.
Toto obviously coming from Blaze, JP. That's a team that we saw in our previous qualifier in March, and unfortunately they didn't manage to get a ticket to the World Championship. So it's a second try, but also rotating a bit of the lineup, which will be very, very interesting. Which team, if one of them makes it, is it? Because there might be a bit of a rivalry in between. But it's time to bring back the teams. They have more Clash of Clans action here right on the stage. So please welcome the team that wants to win right now, needs more stars. It's Quebec Fury.
After suffering a loss in the first round, they're coming back for the second with revenge. They're ready to rock, they're ready to roll, and they have a new opponent. And they look happy to be here.
Certainly do. We're going to watch to see those attacks in the first round could be improved upon, but some solid attacks nonetheless. You could see where each and every one of those attacks had a potential for a 3-star. Just little things go wrong, don't go planned, and percentages just don't quite work out sometimes.
And Vale actually said they had a lot of unlucky hits too. A lot of stuff didn't go the way they had planned. So that's part of the game too, especially with only one attack per player.
If you want to claim that you're the top of the world, the top of the Clash of Clans worlds, then you have to do it here. And they are on their hunt to do so. Please welcome Top of Japan.
And are they the top of the land of the rising sun? Or do they want more? Are they going to be the top of the world starting here? Are they still, where are they at? There they are, they're ready. That was a moment to build suspense, and I totally missed it.
You know why they were delayed, right? Toto stopped to bless the reins.
Ooh.
All right, looking good though.
Galadon.
These guys are solid. Toto, formerly from Blaze, JP moved over to Top of Japan, but nonetheless representing their country, the pride of Japan. And that last quote, I was moved by that last quote in their interview. They really, truly believe they can win this entire thing.
And they're confident too. Like, we can't forget that. They're coming in, they're confident, and all they are going to do is come and do what they do. They're going to play their game the way they're used to. The only difference is really bright lights, but they can ignore that.
Yeah, I mean, you want to be confident. You don't want to be overconfident. We know that. But it would also be weird coming in as an organization saying, like, oh, we're just here because participating is nice. Of course they want to win, right?
No,
I mean, especially when you come from Japan and you are the top of your own region already. What's the next step? It's the World Championship.
It's funny though, you do see a slight difference in mindset, and I do feel like this Japanese team is very focused on winning. We've seen some clans previously that maybe were relaxed, having a little more fun. These guys are really, really have their eye on the prize. I'm excited. I think they may go all the way.
I mean, they're so focused that when you try to talk to them, they're like, go away, we're building bases, or go away, we're planning. Yeah. And it's like, you know, I want to get to know you guys, but they have more important things to do.
They definitely have, because there's 1 million on the line in the World Championship. That's something you shouldn't forget about. It adds a lot of pressure, and it adds a lot of pressure from your region as well. While we're getting ready for round 2. Concentration, focus, locked and loaded. Quebec Fury versus Top of Japan.
And from across the world, Japan versus Canada. I cannot wait to see this one go down. This is a classic red versus blue scenario, as you can see from their jerseys.
It's an intercontinental confrontation, Klaus, as these clans to prepare to bring devastation in 3 stars to their opponents, leaving them heads hung low as they walk away. Or at least try.
That's always the plan, right? I mean, send your opponents home crying, packing, ready to just give up on the game. But no, these guys, they're all so very focused. And again, you know, with and it's interesting because, again, meeting with Quebec Fury and getting to know them a little better, they seemed a little more relaxed than Top of Japan, as if they were like, you know, maybe coming in more confident, but maybe they just weren't as worried.
Yeah, it's interesting. Confident and relaxed, or confident and focused. Each clan has a slightly different approach, and here again, a different approach to a base. Takana from Top of Japan, one of the first times we've seen a town hall completely exposed, no walls around it, but check out the pair of expos right there.
Wow. All right, so this is, like you said, the first base where we have seen a town hall without any walls completely surrounding it, so you could technically walk a hero in there and take out that town hall. But remember, we've mentioned this before, maybe not hammered down on it today, but we're seeing metas from multiple different countries around the world, and apparently base design is different from one country to the other.
Yep,
so
the metas.
This is really exciting to see, and I'm also really interested to see how Bulldog responds to the base, because it is so different.
Yes, exactly. I call this base exposed, but expose. But those expos are down as the witches are moving in after that Town Hall. The Lava Hound out on defense, trying to hunt units down. The healer's in as well, and there's your Warden's ability. First star as the Town Hall goes down. That's a lot of skeletons working right now, Klaus.
This is basically a mass witch attack. I mean, if you look at how many witches, and even more impressive, how many skeletons are in this attack right now. I mean, everybody's leading in now with just actually pretty good precision, all things considered, with generally speaking, all of these skeletons from the witch kind of veering off in one way or the other. But fortunately, he's also got the bats to help out with the funnel, because notice all the buildings inside of this section, they're all defenses.
Yep, and watch those bats move in as the multi-target Inferno is distracted by the troops, and the freeze spell is on that wizard tower that goes down. The bats continue to move through. Bulldog had a 53% in his first attack today, right now at 51. Just lost the last bats to that next wizard tower right there, and you can hear Top of Japan pretty happy about how that base is defending right now. 58%. He's going to pick up a lot more percentage, but it looks like the 3-star is a tall order right now, Klaus.
You gotta wonder. I mean, you start an attack and you're thinking, okay, I'm gonna bring 20 witches, or however many there were. There was a whole
lot of witches.
But you're attacking a base that has a lot of multi-targeting Infernos, and those two don't seem to go together. So I'm wondering where the decision-making comes in as to what strategy they want to use.
Right, well, you'll notice the remaining Inferno is just the single, so kind of thinking that that might have been on the back end of this attack a little bit later on. Now, surprisingly, though, the witch is pretty much gone, and it's up to the Archer Queen. She's already used her ability, so that means she is short-lived right here.
She's barely surviving, unfortunately. That mortar with the unfortunate shot taking her down. Now with some clever archers stomping and poison.
Check out
and a
that poison spell.
Because, you know, that's the best way to take out a barracks.
How much of a damage buff does that give? Oh, that's right. It's exactly 0%.
Yes, and when you multiply something by, or add 0%, nothing happens. I think if you multiply by 0, never mind, no math today.
Right. But the archers will get a couple more structures down as time starts to run out, and Bulldog definitely making a huge improvement over his earlier attack with, looks like it's going to be 76% 2-star.
And 76 is definitely no small number. We're happy for Bulldog, but we're looking for those 3 stars, and we unfortunately just did not see one there today. We got to get Quebec Fury in there. They need some triples to advance. Are they going to be able to pull it off there?
Well, again, let's take a look at Exposed but Expose, the base that defended, and definitely Top of Japan putting up unusual bases. Happy with the way this one performed. I think that, you know, it's funny, on both sides you could be happy about that. I mean, a 74 2-star is good, but holding your opponents off the triple, always good for the defender.
Sturdom playing up for the camera. I love that. He's acting like he's surprised. Oh, wait, there's a camera in my face. No, there's like 20 cameras in your face, my friend, and he's playing it up. He seems, at least he's acting like he's calm. You know, he may have a few butterflies or, you know, some flutters going on, but for the most part, he looks like he is ready to go, and he's actually the one attacking here.
All right, so Sturdom from Top of Japan going after a hot base, and check out the single target Inferno right next to the Town Hall there, Klaus.
A hot base, that's right. So Sturdom starting off this attack with a few of those free buildings. Notice that lucky minion way out there on the right, taking up that army camp at that exact moment. We got a giant leading in with some bowlers to try to get some funneling. Of course, he didn't know that those Teslas are there, so that might just throw off that Queen Walk here.
Yeah, and this is an interesting approach to what is Queen Charge Minor, one of my personal favorite attacks, but look at where the Queen is. Absolute opposite side of the Town Hall, and the other funneling happening at the 6 o'clock portion of the base.
Man, that is very gutsy indeed to be throwing down your Queen Walk on the exact opposite side of the base. But he's got miners, and those, I don't want to say they're a safe attack. I mean, generally speaking, we don't see them all die. We do see a time issue whenever you see a miner attack. But just the fact that they have to get the 2-star to be competitive, and starting from the opposite side, it just shows he's got confidence.
Good point, Klaus. Let's watch the timer. That clock goes under 2 minutes as the Barbarian Kings face off right there. And the offensive king takes the lead. He's going to win. Now the wall wrecker moving down with the queen. So maybe we're starting to get a look at where the miners are going to go in. Like you said, maybe right at that Town Hall, Klaus.
Oh, I was watching that Queen Walk. That was really, really close. But fortunately, she survives that. He dropped the rage just in time. Then he got the Queen Walk's ability, or the Queen's ability, just in time. And
here they come.
Those players yelling at each other?
Yep, and here they come, just like predicted, at the Town Hall on the left-hand side, about 9, 10 o'clock. Big groups of miners moving right in. They're going to easily overwhelm that single target Inferno, take down that Town Hall, Klaus.
You know, I think Sturden planned this. The Eagle Artillery was hammering down on that Pekka forever, saving the miners for the entire attack. The miners are all good to go. They are at 100%. Now they're going to be able to just go around the space counterclockwise, and hopefully this Queen can dive in and get some stuff out of the core.
They ducked the Giga Bomb. The Queen is back up to full. Look at the rage spell there. There's a Pekka in there as well. That is going to be a massive amount of damage coming in from that group in the middle. And those miners soaking up another heal spell. Every single miner in there, Klaus. And he's got another heal spell left. This is looking amazing right now.
Again, like I said, we're going to be seeing potentially a 3-star here, but is there enough time?
40 seconds. Come on, miners.
It's going to be a
Queen through
really,
the wall.
really close attack. I mean, with that Queen walk, guys, with that Queen walk, there's a lot of potential for a 3-star here. The air defense goes down. The miners are skirting through this base. Is there enough time? The troops are still alive. That last heal spell keeping them up.
20 seconds.
It's looking confident, guys. It's looking good. Look at that ice golem around the top two. There's backup just in case, but no, I think it is definitely going to be a 3-star.
Top of Japan pulling it off right there. Big celebration from those guys. Absolutely awesome to watch. Congratulations. Beautiful 3-star from Top of Japan, pulling them into the lead early. And I'm telling you, this is why my favorite attack in this game is Queen Charge Miner. To watch attacks like this executed and to take down every single structure like that and have so many miners left, Klaus. Did you see that? There was enough miners to dig a hole to mine platinum and gold and silver, and they could have kept going for days.
They could have dug all the way down to Japan.
They could have. But you know what else just got dug out? A 3-star. Backstage by Dark Looters, by none other than Boom. He just tripled again, Klaus.
That's a second 3-star. Oh,
unbelievable back there. That guy, Boom, he is absolutely living up to his name. We definitely want to talk to him a little bit later, but right now, Quebec Fury, Gus for Prez trying to come back and come back with a triple because Top of Japan performing just like they expected.
3 stars on both the on-air war and in the backstage. This is good. We're excited. There's a lot going on now in the attack from Gus for Prez. Quebec Fury need to respond now with another 3-star because they're at a distinct disadvantage right now going forward in this attack.
Top of Japan still chatted up over there. They are so pumped from that last attack. You can tell that there is a huge amount of momentum right now on their side because they are just chattering over there, very excited about that last attack. And you know what? It's great to see. They're excited to watch their bases defend, Klaus. They have extreme pride in these base designs.
You're so right. I was wondering, what are they yelling about over there? It's their defense, because they know that their base designs are solid, and that is so fun to watch. If anybody wants to base, this one might be one you want to look at.
Well, check out the 3 remaining Wizard Towers are laughing at those bats right now, but a great job to grab the 2nd star. Gus for Prez still moving forward. Check out the healer right here. It's locked onto some of the Pekkas, and now maybe trying to save the King.
That's definitely a possibility, but with that Eagle Artillery going down, boom, the King goes down. And with that, really all hope of a 3-star. I mean, yeah, there's still a Pekka, 2 Pekka.
And those healers really wanted to help that King out, Klaus, desperately. But again, I think that Gus desperately wanted to get that Eagle Artillery down earlier. And that, again, we've seen this repeatedly today, Klaus. If you got an Eagle up late in an attack, this game is completely different than it was before Town Hall 12. Before the Eagle, it was just, before Town Hall 11, it was crazy. I mean, you remember those days when you used to be able to clean up an attack, the last few units, you drop them out and hit 50%. Nowadays, if the Eagle's standing, you have no chance at that. A poor archer, she cannot stand the focus of even one of those Eagle shells.
And you touched on something that's really important. It's like you have really, really high importance buildings that you have to get down in these attacks as quickly as you possibly can. For instance, the Town Hall, because Giga Tesla, because stars, right? You also have to get the Eagle Artillery because of its unlimited range and crazy damage that it does, and splash damage. It does a lot of things.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, you have the enemy Queen and King, who both do a ton of damage as well. So you've got to get in there and take those out as fast as you possibly can.
Yeah, there's a huge checklist when you're running these Queen Charge style attacks, and usually right at the top of that list, Defensive Clan Castle, Archer Queen, and Eagle Artillery. Like we've talked about, it's not always critical that you get the Eagle early if you're going to be getting it with a sweeping in of, say, miners or hog riders. But if they're not going to get to it at the beginning of that phase of the attack, you're in for a lot of trouble.
Speaking of in for a lot of trouble, Toto, I hear one of the best attackers from top of Japan, actually attacking now Gus for Prez. You think he's going for that triple? You know he's going for that triple because he wants to put his clan in an amazing position, and you're right.
Could they possibly repeat the first war double triple from Dark Looters, the 6 stars and 2 attacks? You know that Toto's planning it. You know that he has as much experience as anybody out here right now because he's been on this stage before. He competed with Blaze JP last month. He's back, so that not only proves his experience, but also improves his skill, the ability to qualify twice in 2 months.
And from 2 different clans, too. We don't want to forget that. Like, that definitely shows that he rolls in the right circle. You know, he gets it done, but also he's able to compete at any level with any kind of combination of teammates. And speaking of combinations, look at that. We're going to get another set of Ice Baby. 2 Ice Golems and a Baby Dragon in that clan castle. We were just raving and ranting yesterday about how that doesn't exist anymore, but boom, there it is.
It still is going to cause a pretty significant stall, and I think that these players are mixing it up a little bit. Quebec Fury, that's still their favorite. Everybody else, almost everybody else, using the Lava Hounds.
And that's interesting to note, too. So I'd like to see, like, which clan castles are the ones that are moving on to the playoffs using, which ones are the ones that aren't moving on using, because that really matters here in just the round robin.
That's true. Check out the Barb King on the top of the screen. Notice how it's distracting those ground targeting defenses. The cannon, the Tesla, and the Archer Tower as the miners moved in to take down the Town Hall.
Absolutely, and also it's a funnel. It keeps those miners nice and focused. That Queen breaking through the wall to get the Eagle Artillery, that was huge. And now we have the heal over the miners. Unfortunately, there's a lot of base left, but with that Queen walk still alive and that Queen special ability, we're looking like we're in a pretty good position.
And a Valkyrie, you've got a minion, you've got 5 archers. Again, the Queen ability, there is a freeze spell right there. Trying to get that Inferno Tower down, that's going to be a key defense.
Absolutely. Now with that Queen leading in, there's really not a lot of high damage or high splash damage troops anymore, but there's enough point defenses and not enough miners that it looks like they are all now died out. Can this Queen by herself, with the help of a couple of troops on the outside, can they get this 3-star done? It looks like the pathing may be just the only major issue here.
Yeah, and those walls and little pesky things like that air defense way out on the right-hand side. Just too many walls for the Archer Queen to get through. A beautiful attack. Toto's going to definitely grab over 90% here, but man, he just doesn't quite have the time.
Okay, that minion that just snuck in right there, taking out that cannon, my favorite troop right now. Because that minion, that is intelligence and deployment, but that's also knowing the game. Fortunately, there was no air bomb there, though.
That's true. Got to take that risk, and it's going to get him a little bit closer, but once again, final seconds countdown with the Queen on a wall. 90, looks like 90% 2-star from Toto.
Can't ask for a whole lot better, though. I mean, 90%, only a few buildings left. And, you know, with an attack that close, you know that one little tweak that probably our Telestrator guy is going to be able to figure out for us could have been easily a triple.
Talking about the tweaks that's necessary, Dark Looters, they're currently leading in the back with 5 stars after only 2 attacks. Once again, the triple from them. It seems like they just got a bunch of them with them in their luggage, and they're giving them out. 3 stars here, there, everywhere.
You take a 3-star. You take a 3-star.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's anybody here that wants to receive one, but the Dark Looters definitely handing them out like Halloween candy. Where's a Zombie Doom when you need him, huh?
I know, right? Candy. All right.
So top of Japan also with Stardom with that 3-star to start things off, showing they have their own potential. And now we've got Backdraft from Quebec Fury going after, well, this is similar to the Exposed but Expo base, but not quite the same.
It is very similar. Interesting. So it looks like Backdraft will be leading in this attack with the Wall Wrecker clearly to get into that Town Hall as quickly as possible. So hey, securing that 1-star, that is definitely respectable. But let's look at the rest of the attack with several Pekka, multiple bowlers, and some healers. We're seeing another Pekka smash, but this one's a little bit different.
Or perhaps Pekka Bow Bat, Klaus. Check out the 5 bat spells we'll be seeing in a few seconds here. So Backdraft bringing 5 bat spells to come in a little bit later. So let's watch for the occupation or distraction of those splash defenses like Wizard Towers, multi-target Infernos, and just see if we can have a little more success than we saw earlier with the bats.
Oh, good timing with that Grand Warden's ability too. That Clan Castle now coming out. Everybody's under protection. We like to see that. And if we can get all those troops in on that Eagle Artillery very, very quickly and up to that Queen, that's a mistake in the base design. If you put your Queen next to the Eagle, the troops go toward that Queen. So this is looking really good so far.
Well, the bats come in at the bottom. Great free spell right there. Got through the Wizard Tower, got through the multi-target Inferno right there. They're moving on, but no more free spells, and that Wizard Tower on the right-hand side is going to stop the bats from getting much further. But we're past the second star, Klaus.
That's right. So with 2 stars in the books, they're glad, they're happy with that. That's what you need to stay in the war, but they need some triples to be able to move on to the playoffs here on Sunday. So what are we going to see? We're seeing very few troops still alive, which is interesting because the healers have been with the troops pretty much the entire time now.
Yeah, they definitely have. And on the right-hand side, you can see the cleanup troops getting wiped out there. Maybe those bats not quite getting as far as Backdraft had hoped. But the Archer Queen's still doing a great job, and she's got plenty of range to take out that Inferno Tower next.
And she still has her Queen ability. So, you know, if she breaks into this little compartment and not go out, nope, she's going to go outside. I was going to say, if she breaks in and gets this cannon in the Wizard Tower and the Expo and all that, then this is looking really, really good. But she chose to go around, and she cannot hit that cannon or that Expo from the outside. So even with, I think, tons of time,
it
looks like it's probably going to fall just a little bit short.
Would not be surprised to see a 90+ right here as the healer's working on the Warden now instead of the Archer Queen. King's tanking ability is about to end as he's down. A couple Pekka are still out in front. 85%, but you're right, Klaus. Watch out for that Expo behind 2 layers of walls. That's going to be a tough call.
You know, it's unfortunate. If you could choose which troops or healers lock onto, this would have went a lot differently because
a lot of time left, though, Klaus. 30 seconds.
Well, actually, you know, you have a point.
Those Pekkas are going to blast just about one-shotting those buildings.
I can't even breathe right now. I can't tell what's going to happen. And, ooh, yes. All right. So the Warden goes down, unfortunately. He's got a long range, but now the Queen should stay alive as the Expo has locked onto the healers, and now the Pekka are going to come get her through that wall. Is this going to be the 3-star?
Through the wall.
She's
Here comes the Archer Queen.
It's going to be it. 3.
Oh,
wow. Look at the time. She's got it. 3, 2, 1. 3-star!
Backdraft picking up the 3-star, and with the use of the Pekkas at the end to get through the wall more quickly than an Archer Queen ever could. Those twin Pekkas worked like wall breakers, got the Archer Queen in, and Backdraft picks up the first 3-star for Quebec Fury.
And you know, we really, really needed it. His entire team went completely ballistic after the 3-star. They needed it to get ahead, to move on to the playoffs tomorrow, and to compete here against Top of Japan. So we're happy to see that. Now let's see how Top of Japan is going to be responding.
Oh, it was great to see. I know that Quebec Fury was a little bit frustrated in the first war because these guys are known as 3-star attackers. So to see them come out like this and drop that triple, beautiful action right there at the end. Klaus, we had our doubts. We thought that maybe there was going to be a run out of time there, but you got to remember how quickly Pekkas get through walls. Man, they made all the difference at the end of that attack.
It's easy to forget because the Pekka have only recently re-entered the war scene, but yes, they do a ton of damage and they've got a ton of health. So they get a lot more done than you're expecting them to. And it's quite refreshing seeing some new troops showing up in these, especially the top-level war scene like we're seeing here.
I love it. Almost every troop in the game now is being used in some form, way, shape, or form. And now it looks like we are seeing a more traditional Pekka smash from Ayase from Top of Japan.
I would love to see more barbarians in war.
That's a good point.
See a lot of archers.
The one you see the least.
Yeah, we don't see any barbarians, which is funny because it's kind of like the face of the game. So, you know, Supercell.
Good point. Good point.
Barbarians in there.
Buff the barbs. Hashtag buff the barbs. Let's give them a roll again, you know. But here we go, Archer Queen. I gotta still tell you, I'm still really liking the Gladiator Archer Queen. That helmet, the purple colors, bright like that.
Oof.
She's stuck on that wall.
You can hear it from the team. That was definitely not the plan. She was supposed to keep going, so now he's got to decide where is he going to send that Stone Slammer in. He's got a Pekka Smash attack and still 2 minutes left, so he's got to make an adjustment, and that is what sets these attackers apart from most of us who, when things don't go according to plan, it's kind of like freeze, break the iPad, throw the iPad, or whatever it is that you're using.
Well, watch for that precision drop of the poison spell, trying to catch those pups as we're about to see the pups come and then move in. Most of them get caught in the poison. One minion coming in to help out to get the pups down just a little bit more quickly. Then the Archer Queen should move on to the Barb King, and there she goes. Barb King, Builder Hut. Oh, Tesla popping up right in front.
Time is absolutely of the essence, and using that minion might have just saved the attack here. So here we go. That King starting the funnel on the very top. We got a few Pekka, and it looks like he's going in with his original plan, which is good, because he saw the Queen wasn't going to circle around the outside, that the Queen was actually to go into the middle. So now he can continue on with this northern deployment to get into the Town Hall and potentially keep on rolling through the space.
Yep, and the Archer Queen should get to the defensive Archer Queen right about... Oops. Right about, well, she did, but she went down quickly right there. Too many defenses plus that defending Archer Queen. And now you got your Town Hall. There comes your Stone Slammer late, Klaus.
Let's watch that Stone Slammer, because there's a lot of things on that side of the base that can really do a lot of damage to that Stone Slammer, including that air defense was just founded. So what is that little Stone Slammer going to do? And likely there's balloons in there. I mean, we're seeing a lot because they need to.
Defenses.
There's your haste spell too. All right, so the balloons pop out, and
oh, check out the freeze. The balloons are just missing the haste. Get in there. There they go. Move it in. More balloons on the right as well, Klaus. Lots of balloons coming in. The Eagle just went down to the bowlers in the middle.
wow, so without any spells though, is there enough time? We got 20 seconds, but if this attack had 15 more seconds, it could have easily been a triple, but I'm not going to count them out. I've decided that's not going to happen anymore.
Have more than enough to get through this air defense at the top, but there's only 12 seconds left. There's almost a unit on every single defense, every single building that's left. No defenses, but
it's that elixir storage in the middle.
Too short.
That elixir,
right.
Yeah, that elixir storage at the bottom is going to stop everything, plus a few other buildings. That was so good. If that queen had done exactly what he wanted, that would have easily been a 3-star because she soaked up a ton of time there on the left-hand side, breaking through that wall.
Definitely, this was absolutely a time fail, Klaus. You're dead on with that one because the Archer Queen got stalled for so long over there on that wall that completely changed the attack. Because I'm guessing that Ayase wants her to come in and join the rest of the troops, Pekka Smash, in through that jump spell. And then, yeah, completely different outcome because you saw the Stone Slammer at the bottom coming in to get those defenses.
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at these attackers, you'll see they love it when those troops take those healers off the queen because they get way more value out of the healers. So you see a bunch of bowlers in the core with a rage spell and the healers, and they're almost invincible. Plus, you throw in a few Pekka, and you're talking about smashing that base.
Maybe that's why it's called Pekka Smash, huh? All right, so back to
yes, Galadon. That's probably why.
Pekka Bow Bat, Pekka's bowlers, and 6 bat spells. A clean half dozen this time as Quebec Fury looking to put up more high percentages. In 3 attacks from top of Japan, we've seen a 90, a 96, and a 100%. Quebec Fury so far a 71, a 76, and a 100% attack.
Wow, that is an elite percentage there at hot. Actually, this attack is looking very, very good. I mean, he's had most of his bowlers go exactly the direction that he wanted them to. The queen is following behind this wall wrecker, so she is doing a ton of damage, helping out the Lava Hound. And then we have the bats, and we got 6 bat spells coming in from that far right-hand side, helping out with the defenses on the other side of that Town Hall. Now we need to see that Town Hall to go down, since we do have the 1-star already secured.
Yep. Oh, but check out the bats right on top of that frozen Town Hall. Can they get through in time? Another freeze spell. That's going to allow the bats to work a little bit longer, but there's so many hit points in that Town Hall that the freeze wore off and the bats had not gotten through yet.
Ouch. But I think that's what the bats were meant for, Galadon.
Oh, check out the Ice Golem freeze, Klaus. That was such a wide radius, and then your Town Hall goes down.
And then the bats go down from the Giga Bomb, but hey, that's looking great. That was an amazing 2-star grab so far, and there's quite a few troops still alive.
Yeah, that was a massive radius right there of the Ice Golem. Just when you thought the bats were history, the Ice Golem pops. That freeze spell froze everything in the area. That was an amazing feature right there. Gotta love using the Ice Golem on offense, especially when you can get it to cast that freeze just when you need it most.
Well, notice how these elite players are sniggling in Ice Golems. You know, a lot of us are just like, what's the point? Like, why would I do this? But if you put in, that's what sniggle means, put in an Ice Golem into your kill squad, and when they die, they wreak so much havoc on the defenses as they get frozen. It's just incredible. And now that it has a wider radius because of the updates, it's even better.
I gotta love Ice Golem on offense. Now both clans happy about this. Top of Japan happy for holding off from the 3-star. Hot from Quebec Fury, picking up nearly 80% right here. And that is going to leave their 1 attacker left. Magzim is the last up for Quebec Fury. We'll see an attack from Top of Japan first, but Magzim had the best performance in the first war for Quebec Fury. They saved him to attack last this time. And again, each of these clans has put up a single 3-star attack so far in this war, so it could not be any closer.
We like to see it. We like to see the competition. He's smiling. He's happy. I mean, hey, 78% 2-star. A lot of us are seeing these and like, if it isn't a 3-star, it's not worth watching. But no, these are max Town Hall 12s. We don't want to forget that. We don't want to lose our perspective. Some of the best bases against some of the best attackers, and it seems like the balance. We're not seeing, you know, 0 3-stars, but we're not seeing all 3-stars, and they're very special when we get to see them.
I feel like I end up saying that a lot, Klaus. I'm glad you agree. The balance of this game right now at Town Hall 12, to see the percentage of 3 stars that we're seeing is just about ideal. Remember, these players don't have the full 24 hours to study these bases. In a lot of these cases, with these special playoff formats, they have very little time at all to take a look at the base before they have to attack it.
I mean, imagine being the first one that has to attack, right?
Even
the war
less time,
starts,
exactly.
and you got like 5 minutes before you have to attack because you got somebody in your ear saying, okay, you have to attack now because the stream is waiting.
Especially tomorrow. Wait until tomorrow when the wars go that fast and they're single elimination. That's going to be crazy.
It's going to be a beatdown, but it's going to be a fun time too. I can't wait. But we can't get ahead of ourselves. We have the round robin here. And Earth attacking Backdraft with, oh, look at that. It is a Pekka smash.
One more time with 4 balloons lying in wait as well, and the Stone Slammer. So again, we're getting used to seeing that Stone Slammer late deployment. Town Hall going down for the first star. Eagle Artillery though, Klaus, it's far from taking any damage right now.
You want to know what's one of the most deadly troops against a Pekka? It's actually the Skeleton Trap. That's not a troop, but it sort of is. The Skeleton Trap is brutal against a Pekka because they're so slow and there's so many little skeletons. So whenever you see those, like one little Skeleton Trap, and people underestimate the Skeleton Trap, or most of the traps, it's like one of those can completely debilitate an attack that has so many Pekka.
That's a really good point, Klaus, because it's going to slow down the Pekka while all those other defenses are firing on it. Here we go again. Late Stone Slammer moving in directly for another multi-target Inferno. So something we've seen before, and the Stone Slammer just barely still breathing before it goes down. Freeze spell made it last a little bit longer. Got to watch out for that Wizard Tower as the balloons are eventually going to close in from 2 directions and take it down.
And those balloons coming in from the left, the ground kill squad coming in from the right with that Queen Walk. Queen still has her ability, and there's some Pekka as well, so things are looking very, very good for Earth right now. Is there enough, though, for the 3-star? I mean, Queen pops her ability.
Over a minute left,
he wants
Klaus.
her to get that air defense. Get the air defense down quick. There's the air defense. And now there's only a few defenses, and that big group of balloons on the left are going to make this happen.
55 seconds left. Archer Queen still has 1 healer on her. She's going to get that defense down the cannon. She can get that Archer Tower. That's going to be it for defenses, Klaus.
And that's going to be definitely it for the base, except I'm a little worried about the Queen. What is she doing right now? Oh, she gets stuck. That
on the wall. The jump spell expired. The jump spell expired, Klaus, and she got stalled. She turned back around. 35 seconds. Pekka at the top of the screen. Watch out, that elixir storage at the top, Klaus.
No, but notice there's one thing, Galadon. Look at that haste spell at the bottom.
Oh, I didn't see
Look at that haste spell at the bottom.
There's still a haste spell left.
There is plenty of time. Earth is going to get a 3-star in this attack for top of Japan and settle this once and for all.
Wow.
I think this is definitely the one. He even throws it onto the clan castle with that 3-star.
A troll haste spell as Earth rains down fire from all directions, and oh man.
I think that's the first time we've seen some swag spells. I think that's the first time we've seen that here in the studio, today at least. So that was unbelievable to watch.
Yeah, it seems like Top of Japan making sure that the opponents still have to work hard, but as you saw on the standings real quick, it is Dark Looters once again scoring 2 3-stars in 4 attacks, getting them up to 10 stars. So it seems like these guys today are absolutely unstoppable, no matter if on stage or off stage, but we're ready for the last attack of Quebec Fury.
That is exciting to watch. Bum and Volley for Dark Looters, both dropping triples. But out here, Top of Japan, Sturdom and Earth both dropping triples. And I'm betting, I don't know for sure, but I'm betting they've got an overall higher percentage right now with a 90 and a 96. But right now, it's all about Quebec Fury wanting to put up their own 3-star right here so they can at least come in as a tie with Top of Japan.
You know, I've noticed that Quebec Fury really likes their witches. I mean, there are 12 witches in this attack strategy, and they're just gunning hard straight into this base. I mean, what is their plan for this town hall, Galadon? Generally speaking,
base, Klaus.
Yeah, generally speaking, with a base with a town hall in the very middle like that, you see like maybe a battle blimp that's going to hover over some things once it's all destroyed to get into that town hall.
Top of Japan sounds excited about this base, and I would love to give this a name. Check out the way that there are 4 storages surrounding each of those multi-target Infernos, and then right in the core, you've got that single town hall all by itself. And there comes your defending clan castle coming out. Pekka working on the town hall.
And the Pekka is working on the town hall, but is it going to get distracted by some troops? That Queen is that. There is that town hall going down. I was worried about that for a second.
Check out bat spells. Freeze on the multi-target Inferno. Bunch of bat spells coming again from the top, so that multi-target Inferno's out of here. They're going to move on to the right. Good freeze on the Wizard Tower. That's a little bit deeper. A lot of defenses to get through. 2 more freeze spells, though.
And that freeze worked perfectly over that Wizard Tower, so the bats are still going to get to roll on. They don't care about the pups following them around, and frankly, I'm not worried about it either. But with no more spells remaining, the bats are all gone, and only a few witches and the queen. There's a lot of base left, and they have yet to even secure the 2-star. There it is, 2-star.
There's your 2-star. Surprising. It seemed like more than half that base was destroyed. The way this base is laid out like that is definitely unusual. Not a base that we've seen before in War, although it's more of what you almost might call a ring-based design.
I would call that a ring-based design, absolutely. I mean, putting that Town Hall so far in the middle, the odds are, and I don't know if you saw it, Galadon, but that Ice Golem thought about not coming toward that Town Hall for a little while, too. The timing had to be just right for him to think, I need to go after that Town Hall. But it got close. It was really close, but he did get the Town Hall down. But notice his percentage is definitely subpar for what we're looking for today.
Yeah, Top of Japan very happy about the performance of this base. Extremely unusual and in the 50% right now. That's going to be good for Top of Japan. Tough for Maxim of Quebec Fury. That's their last attack from this war. And Maxim putting up slightly less of a percentage than he had hoped for.
Oof, and that little wizard going down at the last second with that bomb. That was the 2-star for Maxim. I mean, they didn't come out and throw down 1-star fails or anything like that, but with just those 2 stars, it looks like Top of Japan is in a really, really good position moving forward.
Yep, Top of Japan having already put up 2 triples and their other 2 attacks at 90+. Now it's up to Takana to come through and ice this for Top of Japan. And again, it's all about the stars, as there's a lot of stars being posted behind the cameras right now by Dark Looters. So we'll see what happens as this wraps up and Top of Japan gets their last attack underway.
Don't get confused. It's not over yet. This is maybe the final attack of war number 2, but we have 2 more to show you guys here in the studio, so don't go anywhere. Let's enjoy the attack by Takana. Looks like it's going to be one of my favorite attacks, and I know Galadon's as well. Looks like it's going to be a Queen Walk Miner attack, and tons of cleanup in the funnel being established right now down at the bottom and on the right.
Gotta love it. This is a brave approach to Queen Walk Miner that I personally have a hard time with, and that is where he sacrificed one of the heal spells for a jump. So he's got 3 rage, only 2 heal for these 23 miners. Then he's going to use that jump spell probably to get the Archer Queen in to try to get after the key defenses like the Eagle Artillery, the defending Archer Queen in the core of this base.
But you know, with the math, look, if you look over on the right-hand side, they only need 1 star to win because they do have definitely the percentage advantage, but they're not warring only against Maxim right now, or against Quebec Fury. They're warring against everybody in the round robin, and they want as many stars as possible, so you know that this is a 3-star attack attempt.
Good point, Klaus. Every star counts. Check out those wall breakers right there at the bottom of the screen.
Perfect timing.
Beautiful timing. That is some game knowledge to know that that Wizard Tower was going to fire on them, but wasn't going to be able to get them down in time. And now the Archer Queen still up, although she has had to use her ability.
With that Queen's ability being used, though, it's unfortunate, but hey, that Queen now stepping up to an air defense with a balloon trailing right behind. You know that balloon, what's that balloon doing? I mean, is it trying to find some seeking air mines?
I think so. I think it's just another coconut loon. And check out the solo hog rider right here.
Tornado trap too. That's great value though for that balloon, because now that Stone Slammer, that's definitely going to be leading into that town hall, or possibly even the miners.
Here they come.
It's gone. No more Stone Slammer or tornado trap for that.
Yep, so the miners move in. There's your jump spell. Again, exactly what we had expected to get that Archer Queen in after that Eagle Artillery. Because at this point, it looks like the miners are going to path towards the top of the base over where the Barbarian King is. Now it's going to be up to that Archer Queen to get down the Eagle Artillery before it does too much more damage to the miners.
Notice, Galadon, that with that Stone Slammer dropping some troops, dropping some bombs, now that wall is opened up so that Queen can get through that Eagle Artillery compartment and now come on swinging over to the left as well. So she's got a very open path through the rest of this base on the left.
And did you notice the timing of the Stone Slammer moving in and grabbing the attention with the balloons inside of the multi-target Inferno, so they never targeted the healers while the Queen got in and got the Eagle Artillery down? I'm loving that combination right there. That is super war skill.
It's all about that timing. I mean, we've talked about that many times. Like with these Queen Walk Miners, time is everything, and it looks like that may be the weakness here today, right now. I mean, 85%. There's quite a few buildings left, and only 15 seconds to go.
Again, what we see time and time again with Queen Charge Miners is time failing. because it's just so tough. They seem like they're fast, but there's just so much involved in getting that funnel correct. We've lost all of our miners. Eventually, this might have been a triple, but still, check this out, Klaus. Top of Japan completes this war with their lowest attack being a 90%.
Wow.
And obviously, picking up the victory over Quebec Fury.
That's how you steamroll through such a group phase, that's for sure. I mean, 2-3 stars, exactly the same what the Dark Looters did in the background. So it seems like we kind of get into the groove of the two teams really trying hard to get their ticket to playoff Sunday. Top of Japan beating Quebec Fury, so the team from Canada is still looking for their very first win here on the stage, but they still have one more match to go here live in front of everyone.
Amazing to see these 3 stars and these guys battling it out. The highest level of competition that we have seen in, well, since yesterday. But it's just incredible to see all these war attacks coming at our faces, and it's so fun to just digest it, to absorb it, to enjoy it, as it is entertainment, but it's also education.
And again, check out the jump spell right there. Notice as it's still live in this scene right here, you can see that it spans 6 different enclosures right there, Klaus. Great value from the jump spell, a great queen charge miner attack, and again, no single Top of Japan player scored less than 90% in that war.
I know we called one a 2-star fail earlier. It's like, can you really call a 90% 2-star fail? No, I don't think you can.
No, speaking of successes, so let's go over and talk to Rene, who's got a player from Top of Japan at the couch.
I'm with Toto here from Top of Japan. You guys just coming off an incredible match. Once again, 2-3 stars for you. Let's step back a bit and talk about you in personal, because you played for Blaze GP before, which meant you have been here during the March qualifier. How is it to come back now with a new lineup?
ね、前回は Blaze JP からのメンバーとして参加しました。でも今回はトップジャパンのメンバーなので気分はどうですか？
そうですね。前回はブレイズ JP で出て準決勝で負けて3位決定戦でも負けてしまったんですけど、今回はトップオブジャパンとして出ているので優勝したいと思ってます。
So when I was like the previous time we lost our team, but this time I hope that we will win.
New lineup, more luck. We know already Blaze JP is through to the playoffs on Sunday. Would it be something special to face your own old team in a final maybe tomorrow?
Blaze JP は明日ファイナルに出ますね。もしトップオブジャパンも出たら何か気分はどうになりますか？これが欲しいですか？
そうですね。日本クラン同士の対決はあんまりしたくないんですけど、出る杭は早めに打っといて自分たちが決勝へ行きます。
So I don't really want to fight with this team, but I think we will try our best anyways.
All right, thanks for your time, Toto. With that, we're done with the interview and heading over to our corner once again, where you find the right strategies and the right knowledge to maybe make it into the Sunday playoffs one day yourself. What do you have for us, iTzu?
I have 2 attacks this time for you guys. The first one is the Queen Charge Miner. The second one, a Pekka Smash. We are starting with the Queen Charge Miner attack, and this one was really nice because it wasn't like the normal way to do a Queen Charge Miner, because the first thing what he did was placing E-Drake at the bottom of the base, which means he's taking out all of those buildings over here, and with this he's already preparing for the later stages of this attack for the miners, and I will come back to this because he's already starting with his Queen Walk at the top, like Galadon and Klaus are already mentioning really often, that there's always a time issue. It's always time. That is a problem when you're attacking with Queen Charge Miners, and this will be the path the Queen is going to take to get into the base and to get rid of as many defenses as possible. And on miner attacks, you always have to highlight the pathing of the troop, and what is the goal of the Queen to get. So the miners have a nice pathing, and we'll see the king coming in as well, because normally you try to take the king for the funnel of the miners, but this time you see the enemy king is over there as well, and a normal Pekka, for example, cannot handle the power of a defensive king, so he has to use his own king, so he's coming up with a really nice other way on how to funnel his miners, because the queen is still going, like she's always on her path into the core, and this means he's taking out all of those buildings over here, which I'm marking right now. So all of this is gone. At the same time, all of this is gone. And now he's taking out, in a couple of seconds, this part of the base. And now you can see maybe what he's trying to create. He's trying to create a pathing for his miners into the first part of the base, and then he wants his miners to jump to the second Inferno Tower, which is really, really crucial. Miners are getting through the base, taking out the Town Hall, and you will see how the pathing in the end will work. Queen is getting into the core, taking out the enemy clan castle, and meanwhile the miners are working, which I like really, really a lot on this attack, as well as how he's delaying the heal spells, like waiting as long as possible, not like panicking or anything with the heal spells, always waiting for the miners are getting low, and now you can see the pathing from the miners into the Inferno Tower, and from the Inferno Tower it's just getting better, so that's how we got his triple, and we want to jump to the second attack, and this was the Pekka Smash attack with like really, really expensive funnel, but in the end it worked out. He's trying to get his ram and all of his main troops into the Town Hall, but with this he needs really strong funnel on his sides, and he's using a lot of Pekkas on both sides, 2 Pekkas at least. The idea behind that is that one of the Pekkas are going to the outside, while the other Pekkas are joining up with the main force into the core of the base, and this means he will have around about 4 Pekkas in the core, which is always a really, really nice sign when you're attacking with Pekka Smash. When they are near the core and you have your healers on them, that's always nice to have. And now you can see the core is kind of big, which means the troops will like get split up. And for this, he has his skeleton spells. He will use it really any second over here, yes. And the bats will go this way. The problem is kind of that he only has 2 freeze spells, which means he has to freeze the Multi-Inferno Tower kind of often. And you can sometimes use the Ice Golem from the outside onto any defense pretty much to tank Wizard Towers, which means you save in the end valuable spell slots because you don't need that free spell. So that's like a huge tip for any of you guys who are searching for a way on how to use the new Ice Golems, and in the end the attack is working. All of the Pekkas are, like I said, still alive. The healers are doing their thing, and in the end this will be a 3-star. With this we're going once again back to the guys at the desk.
And we're still here, iTzu. No worries. We're not going away. Not yet at all. Not with that matches we have on our hands. So we're through round 2, guys. That's what we just saw, the second match on our stage. And obviously the second match that happened in the background. And so far the Dark Looters, yeah, both times 12 stars. I mean, what should I say about that?
It says that they're amazing, that they're getting multiple 3 stars in every single attack, and it looks like we have 2 favorites going forward with Dark Looters and Top of Japan, but we still have 2 wars to go, so you never know what's going to happen.
What I really want to highlight is Quebec Fury has 10 and 11 here on stage. Yesterday, there would have been like, yeah, they're on top of the board, and today is like, nope. We're on to another level of Clash of Clans, and it will get even harder for teams to get their ticket for the playoffs. Sunday, one of these teams that wants that ticket for tomorrow is a new one and new to us here in the qualifier. It is actually Great Attack.
We come from Greece. We are Greek Attacks. We start to play game casually with just a group of friends all around of Greece.
Yeah, this is the first meeting we have all together, like a team. We haven't met before like here. Yeah, we have seen the last qualify event, and we saw the very good players, very good teams. We didn't think about it to have the chance to be in this place. I think we are the first the Greek team. We are here in this big event, and it's a big honor for us and only proud for Greece.
I don't fear another clans from the qualifiers. Only scared is a bad performance. We are all Greek, and all Greek is a bit crazy.
They're on their hunt for some more stars. Currently, Greek attack is down to 18, but nothing is done yet, so we're gonna go.
Greek attack, we have the lineup here. First look for them. We have Micah, we have Partigiano, Thor, Swiper, and Tempo Goal G7.
All right, Quebec Fury one more time back out on stage. Gus for Prez, Hot, Maxim, Backdraft, and Bulldog.
All right, it is round 3. We're about to start. And for round 3, we need a team. So the team from a country we normally go for holidays, but they're coming here for the victories and the stars. Please welcome Greek Attack.
Leaving the beauty of their home country of Greece, now they're ready to bring it down against their opponents, get as many 3 stars to just simply confuse them with their base designs. It's Greek Attack.
These guys are looking ready, looking intimidating over there. And talking to them a little bit earlier, also confident. None of these clans short of confidence.
And now we got another country that wants some stars in the country that actually speaks multiple languages, not just multiple attack units, strategies, even languages. But that doesn't stop them from being amazing, and they want their first win here on the stage. So please welcome back Quebec Fury.
Feeling confident coming in against Greek Attack now. They are similar in position. At the bottom of the rung, they have their chance to bring it back and get up on top. It is Quebec Fury.
Yes, they are still in it, that's for sure. That 3-star earlier, great to watch. You know they want more.
I'm too German for that intro, because when he did that roll, I was just really confused. Are they insured? What happens if he bounces into something? It's like, you see, I'm way too German for that. I'm so sorry, guys. It is round 3, Quebec Fury. They did well so far, 10 and 11. Nothing to be ashamed of at all. While Greek Attack, they really need to come up with 3 stars now and need to grab some more stars on their way over to the playoffs, hopefully. So let's get ready for the matchup between Quebec Fury and Greek Attack. I can do that for
No, that's my job. That's my job. Greek Attack.
Ooh,
all right,
that was great.
With the double blue now, you gotta love it with the blue shields.
Right.
Actually, Greek Attack's yellow, aren't they? That's confusing.
Yep. Got notes over there. You see those notes they're breaking out? These guys definitely spent a lot of time studying, and Thor getting ready to perhaps drop the hammer on an opposing base.
I can't wait to see that. I've always wanted to see Thor drop the hammer on something, and now looks like we get to see it on a Clash of Clans base over against their opponents. I cannot wait to see what is going to come next.
Well, these guys have been anticipating, waiting for this. I know some of these guys are a little bit nervous. Again, we talked about this many times, Klaus, coming from maybe on your couch, in your bed, in the bathroom, in the shower, wherever you might be attacking to attacking here under the lights. Have attacks from the shower before?
I was about to say, I mean, I can understand the other 3, but in the shower?
If you put the iPad in the Ziploc bag, it works perfectly.
You know, really?
Never know when you're going to get a base. And oh, Thor got a base right here.
Wow.
Here we go. Thor versus Backdraft of Quebec Fury.
For more pro Clash of Clans tips, check out Galadon Gaming on YouTube.
Where I do not attack in the shower. Okay, so here we go with a familiar Pekka bow bat. You see the 5 bat spells on the back end. Everybody headed in, getting ready to take down that town hall. There's your jump spell already, Klaus.
Yep, that jump spell leading the troops into where he wants them to go. The town hall goes down, and the Warden's ability and notice there's a bit of a delay. I wanted to point that out earlier. When that Giga Tesla, or that town hall goes down, the Giga bomb's about to go off. There's a slight delay, and notice that sometimes they take advantage of that because they want the Grand Warden's ability to last a little bit longer.
And it absolutely did, Klaus. In fact, not only did it protect from the Giga Bomb, it protected from 2 different Inferno Towers, and the Eel artillery shells landed during that shielded time. So a beautiful Warden ability right there, definitely giving Thor an advantage as it comes out of the core of this base.
So it looks like that queen is going to veer off to the right, following the king. I would love to see that queen kind of hairpin around and take out this Eagle Artillery, because we've said many times that is a very dangerous Druid. Boom! That Wizard Tower actually goes down on the left. Look at these bats. They're going to get so much
that is
value.
a lot of bats. There's nothing to stop them right now.
Oh, and look at that queen hairpinning, like I said earlier. She's going to come help out.
Oh, the freeze just misses the Wizard Tower right there, Klaus.
Oh, that might have
It is on the Wizard Tower.
That was rough. All right, so the Wizard Tower is going to go down, but then there's no second freeze for that Inferno, so everything kind of gets stopped at that point. Is there enough now? I mean, with that
massive group of units on the bottom left, Klaus.
But if the queen, so if, wow, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of troops on the left.
There's a lot down there.
When the queen gets through, she'll go through the open walls, and they'll all converge down here next to this multi-Inferno. I mean, with a minute left and a queen's ability, it looks like Thor really did slam down that hammer.
This base has actually been smashed. This is early to call it, but this looks like an overwhelming 3-star. Almost a minute left. Queen ability and Thor, an amazing start right here for Greek attack. You hear it right now.
Oh no, the air bomb on the top left-hand side.
Archer
Those
Queen.
minions are done. But is there enough time now?
He's got plenty of time, Klaus. He's got plenty of time.
No, that's bad. That's terrible.
Seconds left.
That's the worst.
A bowler could get over there in time.
Okay.
A single goblin could get over there in time.
He's got plenty of time. That queen will make it on time. I just had to make it dramatic. Galadon,
get over there in time. Pushing me in a wheelbarrow.
There you go.
30 seconds left.
She lumbers over. She's going to get the last word. Here it goes. And the word is BAM! That's a 3-star for Thor.
Beautiful opening for Greek attack. Thor putting up the 3-star and indeed dropping the hammer on one of Quebec Fury's bases. And I believe that was the first 3-star from Greek attack today. So wow, they really rose to the occasion out here on stage with a flawless performance. And check that out. 22 seconds left.
It's good to see that they're not coming out here nervous and doing worse. It's good to see they're coming out and they're really answering the call. You know, like the call to arms. It's so exciting to see that happen. A triple to open up the third out of the 4 rounds today.
It's funny. I mean, you notice that in people's personalities. Some people just perform better under pressure. Some people may crack under pressure, but this is something we can all learn from. Sometimes when you're under pressure, it is a great time to excel and put forth your best performance. And that was an amazing one from Thor.
Now Bulldog is going to answer that call, hopefully, against Tempo Gold G7. It is a Pekka smash, a whole bunch of witches. We've mentioned it already. Quebec Fury absolutely loves those witches. And then 5 bats, your bat spell. So you're talking, this is look at how many troops there are, Galadon. You got to scroll for ages to get to everything while you're attacking.
Yeah, it's not often that you see this combination with you've got an Ice Golem, you've got an Electro Dragon in there as well. The Balloon, the Pekka are down. One baby dragon is left being held back there as well. This is an unusual setup. This is different than what I've seen, Klaus.
Yeah, that's what I was saying too. I was waiting on you to finish that thought because I had no idea where you were going. It's like, no, I don't know how to
I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where Bulldog's going right now.
But that's also fun. You know, it's like, it's totally different. Even in a country as close to, you know, English-speaking, Canada is an English-speaking country. But even then, it's a bit different. You know, the meta is a bit different. The base designs are a bit different. And it's so fun to be able to see the world come together with this type of thing.
Yep, check out the bottom of the base as the bats move in. Nothing, the wizard, now notice the wizard tower is being distracted by the units that were in the core there. So the bats now they split up to a few different defenses. There they go, there's the freeze. Check out the freeze value right there, Klaus. 3 separate defenses frozen at once.
Wow, and there you go, wow, there you go. Ice Golem actually freezing
freeze.
All kinds of defenses and the enemy queen. These bats are getting so much value right now, Galadon. This is incredible. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's enough bats or witches around now.
Archer Queen ability is already used. She does get the Eagle down, and now there's 2 of those Inferno towers left, and that is the end of the Archer Queen and the Warden.
What do you suppose was the plan with the healers coming down at the bottom late like that? We've seen that once before from these guys. It's like
the super late healers.
I don't think that was part of the plan. I'm going to call it. That was not part of the plan.
I don't know. I mean, that's the second time we've seen that, Klaus. The Archer Queen would have absolutely loved to have had those healers. She could have gotten through the rest of the core of this base if she's got 4 or so healers on her.
It's true. I mean, that's all splash damage and low DPS stuff in the core, so she could have definitely done so. At least now we have what you call a super witch. Or something like that.
Well, she's doing her best right here. She is going to win against this cannon, it looks like, but not much further. Wizard Tower, Archer Tower. Going to put an end to things here shortly, or not. But 44 seconds left. be a while, but Bulldog here from Quebec Fury, happy with grabbing that second star. Greek attack, this is our first look at a Greek attack base, and it's held off pretty well right here.
It has, and notice that now the Super Witch, I'm sticking with that, Super Witch, down at the bottom, notice there's really nothing that can stop her. Like, she's going to just roll on through for the rest of this time as it counts down. Now her little skeletons will be a bit more helpful, more useful, and they'll be able to continue accumulating percentage, because like we said, and things came down to percentage yesterday, it could happen again today, and every building counts. What was the spread again yesterday, Galadon? 4%?
4% between qualifying for Sunday's playoff and not qualifying. And again, we saw two amazing clans. We've got two clans that are going to advance here today. Greek Attack and Quebec Fury, each of them hoping to advance. Greek Attack off to a better start though, with Thor putting up that triple. This was a solid attack, but again, Klaus, I am also curious about these 4 witches staying that far behind this attack.
Yeah, the healers coming in at the...
I meant to say 4 healers.
Yeah, those healers, I mean, they would have kept those witches alive for a long time. There wasn't a lot of... There wasn't a lot going on in the core, so that was definitely a miscalculation or a misclick, or like we were saying, the scrolling issue. You know, if you're on your iPad and you have too many troops, you have to scroll to get to your troops. Perhaps the healers were on the end, right? And the attacker just forgot that the healers were even in the attack at all.
I don't know. I mean, these players have a spotter right next to them or behind them for these attacks. They've planned these attacks. They've done these attacks many, many, many times. I'm thinking this might be some other sort of strategy where you're hoping the healers are going to pick something up later in the attack, maybe after some of those defenses, or maybe seeking air mines, bombs are taken out.
Or potentially air defenses are gone on certain sides of the base, so you can just kind of ring around the Rosie and wipe it out. That's possible.
Remember how many times we've seen an Archer Queen lead her poor healers into the beams of a multi-target Inferno as well.
Maybe that's what he was trying to avoid, but that's neither here nor there anymore, because we got Mika starting off this attack here against Gus for Prez. Whole bunch of bowlers and witches again, but this time, once again, bat spells. I'm liking the variety. This feels like a hybrid attack.
I really like this. It is a version of Pekka Bobat, and a lot of players where you'll see they'll be afraid to drop bat spells on a base that has multiple multi-target Infernos. But I've seen a lot of other clans, especially clans like One Hive, that can put together amazing 3-star attacks against all multi-target Infernos. Greek Attack obviously not afraid as well.
And Fear definitely wouldn't help them out at all anyway, but I couldn't help but notice the freeze again. I love seeing the Ice Golem being used like this. I mean, coming from a pretty casual war scene myself, you know, I questioned the purpose of the Ice Golem, and this stream series is really seeming to be answering that question for me.
Speaking of streams, Klaus, look at those bats as they're moving down the right side of this base until they found, oh, the freeze spell was a little bit late. They went right through that Wizard Tower because the Archer Queen was there as well. And now Mika really wishing he had saved that freeze for somewhere else because it went down in an unneeded spot. We lost the bats to the air defense and the multi-target Inferno.
What an interesting turn of events here, Galadon. There's a lot of buildings on the outside that's free percentage, but this queen, is it still a queen walk with one healer? That's what she has, one healer, but with her ability still intact.
That's true, but only a minute 10 remains and about a quarter of this base is left. You've got maybe a handful of cleanup troops on the outside. You see some minions and an archer there grabbing those exposed buildings. And again, the queen is going to have some walls to deal with. Or, yeah, one way or another, she's going to have walls to deal with to get to the rest of this base.
If she can take out the Archer Tower and then that cannon down at the bottom before she gets taken out, then she has that chance to continue working on some buildings, but it doesn't look like she's going to do it.
She turned
the
away.
wrong buildings and drops like a rock. Now, all there is left is a few minions and an archer, and they'll get some percentage, but it's the 3 stars definitely out of sight at this point.
It's one of those times where you know the Archer Queen technically knows better than we do exactly what was the nearest next building, and from her vision, it was not that cannon.
Unfortunately, right? I mean, if she aimed for defenses first, you know, in her vicinity, if it's like, okay, there's a difference of 1 tile between all these buildings, let's prioritize the defenses. That would change everything.
That's interesting.
I just don't know if that's possible on the programming side, but I'm full of ideas today. We need more barbarians in war, and we need the queen to hit defenses.
So you're talking about giving a weighting, but there's the weight right there, 89% from Mika, a solid attack. Again, Greek Attack putting up an 89% 2-star and the triple to start things off. They're looking super solid up here right now, so I'm not sure what kind of bases they ran into backstage earlier. but we've seen nothing but brilliant attacks so far from the Greek attack clan.
And it's interesting because they, you wanted to count them out. I mean, we saw the 4 lined up, and these 2 clans we're watching now are at the bottom, but they're both putting up great attacks, especially Greek attacks. So there's no counting out anybody until the very, very end. And remember, folks, this is war number 3 out of 4 that we're watching today, so we still have a ton of action coming your way, not just in this war, but in the next.
Yeah, we'll see 2 new clans pop out on stage for that 4th and final war today. All of them trying to qualify for tomorrow's playoffs in hopes to advance to the finals to play for their share of $1 million.
You say that with such reverence. $1 million.
$1 million.
The way I want to say it is, it's $1 million, people! Yes, and anybody can sign up. Remember, what's that link again?
Play.eslgaming.com?
Yes, that's it. Awesome.
Play.eslgaming.com.
All right, so
anybody
with the attack
can sign up,
starting
so you don't have to be in Champion 1.
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah, I mean, so...
Oh, they had
5. All right, check out those bat spells, bottom of the base. 4 freeze spells remaining, Klaus, so let's watch those freezes on. There you go, 2 splash at once.
Wow. All right, so we got 2 Wizard Tower and a Multi-Inferno. Notice these guys know so well how long these free spells are going to last that they time it. They sit there and count. Yep. And they're like, all right, it's about to go down. Let's throw this free spell on here before any shots get off. And look at all of these bats getting so
look
much
at these
work
free
done
spells.
right now.
Gotta love this right here. Great timing from Gus for those freeze spells. You're right, Klaus. Didn't freeze the Wizard Tower because it was too distant. And there's the freeze from the Ice Golem.
Oh, I love that Ice Golem freeze. I'm a huge fan of offensive Ice Golems now, and I also liked how it froze the enemy Queen. So now the Queen is no longer a factor. Now it's all up to the troops to take out that Eagle. Look at that Eagle artillery.
Yeah, that Eagle.
Hanging out that long in the attack is just detrimental to the gas, to the engine of this raid.
It's detrimental. It's devastating. It means destruction to any hopes for a 3-star when you've got an Eagle up this late. Because the units, especially because of this base design, have taken forever to get to it. Now the Archer Queen finally turns and is going to take down that Eagle artillery, but not before, well, yes, before it got one more shot off.
I was going to say, Queen still has her ability, but there it goes. It's only being used to take out a few defenses. That Tesla does go down, and now the Queen has free reign to a few buildings. And also, look at that lucky minion. You know, like I said, it's so... Look at him standing up. He's just celebrating. You know, 80% 2-star. That's definitely not something that you want to sleep on. That's really, really good.
Solid numbers, 84%. Queen going to get a couple more structures here. The minion was well placed. The Queen was well thought, but just not quite able to get through the rest of the space. And giant bomb!
Giant bomb on the Queen, but she does survive. She's just
one tough Queen. I'm giving a credit to the helmet right there, Klaus.
Man, she was all in. She didn't care what was going on. She was going to fight to the last man, and she tried her very best and got a lot done. That was a 90% 2-star for Quebec Fury. It seems like both of these clans really bringing it hard in basically their final war here in the stream.
It's true.
Why shouldn't there? There's still a lot on the line, but obviously Greek attack, they would need to overcome the 18 stars they had before going into this war, but they start with 4 and a 3-star, Pekka following up with a 2, so it could look worse than that.
That's for sure, and we're going to get our first look at Tempo Gold G7 from Greek Attack. Again, some great percentages so far from these guys. Excited to see what else they're going to come up with here. And like you said earlier, Klaus, now we're watching a Greek clan versus a Canadian clan. You know, the metas are changing. There may be some success that we saw earlier to that late healer drop. That is something that we just haven't seen locally.
It's definitely possible. There's definitely bleed over, and as this weekend goes along, I'm seeing an adjustment to how people are doing their attacking and their defending. Players in these clans basically copying the success of the other players because they say, you know what, if that works, I'm going to try it too, and it does. So we're seeing, and this is true for every tournament that we do, it seems, here in ESL, it seems like the meta gets really stated, put in stone as to what's going forward during with this current meta.
Yep, well, Tempo Gold moving in. These healers are in. Warden's ability is early here, protecting a lot of units. And again, watch for the bat spells as that wall wrecker is over on the right-hand side, opening that path towards the town hall. So once the splash damage is occupied, we'll see the bat spells stream in from outside the base, is at least what we've been seeing so far.
Unfortunate. It looks like that wall wrecker died just or popped just a little bit early, did not get through that final wall. There was a Pekka and an Ice Golem in the core, which is or inside that wall wrecker, which is great for taking on the Town Hall, but it didn't happen. So now is it going to come down to that Queen? Watch that Queen, okay? She's going to take out a few buildings, and the bats are coming in. Yes.
Beautiful time freeze right there on the Wizard Tower and on the multi-target Inferno. Right as the Ice Golem's freeze wore off, there's another freeze needed. That was a good timing right there just to make sure that Inferno goes down. Bats are devastating at this point, Klaus.
Ouch. So if that air defense down that goes down, the Queen will probably path back toward the Town Hall. So this is good, but that Giga Tesla is just doing so much work right now. He has to pop his Queen's ability, and it is coming down to the wire just to get this Town Hall. If he doesn't get this Town Hall, it will be the first one-star fail that we've witnessed in this current war. Come on, Queen.
Queen didn't target it yet.
Onto it. Turn over. All right, okay.
Oh, she got taken down, but the Pekkas are in there.
Oh, no,
Pekkas are working on it. And low health.
Nope.
So close.
Nope.
1 or 2 more shots. Nope. Oh, it didn't happen.
Oh, no. This is not good.
Oh,
this is not good. This turns the war.
Risk of coming from the opposite side of a base like this. You see the Town Hall over more towards that 3-4 o'clock side. The main attack came from the top from about 12 o'clock. Risky right here. So close.
And that definitely turns things in the favor of Quebec Fury. Actually, with that 1-star now, their average stars per attacker even with just 2. So they're kind of both in the same playing field now. Because remember, Greek Attack got that 3-star earlier. And now they have this 1-star, so everything kind of levels out.
Exactly. So we'll be at 6 stars after 3 attacks. Just going for a little extra percentage here. High percentage into the 70s and not getting that Town Hall is always tough to see.
I mean, there's nothing worse than getting like a 99% 1-star. You know, like every troop goes around and doesn't get it done. But I think the MVP of this attack is definitely the Archer. I mean, how many buildings by herself has she taken out? I'm pretty sure, how many? Like 20?
What, you're going to give that Archer 20 buildings?
60.
Okay, all right, Klaus.
800.
Check your math abilities there, my friend, but might have gotten a couple. She might have gotten a couple.
We love that girl. We love
it. It's tough. Tempo goal, not joking there. Not quite able to get that Town Hall. You can see here again, Klaus pointed out, the Archer Queen had to use her ability as the defending Barb King came out to meet her, and that was what caused the fail to get the Town Hall. She still has her ability when she goes after the Town Hall. It's a certain 2-star.
All right, so Backdraft got the 3-star in his previous war, and now he's getting ready to try to do it again. If they can pull out the 3-star, then this puts Quebec Fury in a good position going forward. I mean, they were behind. Now it seems like they can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Definitely, this is the chance for Quebec Fury to pull out into the lead. Even though Thor started out Greek Attack with an amazing triple, things could be even, or Backdraft drops another 3-star. Let's check out. This is another pretty unusual base, Klaus. Check out the twin multi-target Infernos over there on the right-hand side, pretty close together.
Oh, and then you see the other one right next to it. We called this a firewall in the previous stream, so I think I'd like to stick with that. It's a firewall with just a whole bunch of firepower on the right side of the base. Notice they're entering in on the left. They're getting that safe 2-star and deciding they'll deal with the rest later. If these were single Infernos, I'd be feeling really good, actually, because the Hogs seem to deal with single Infernos pretty well, but it's all multi, so I'm a bit worried about how these Hog Runners are going to be doing.
That's true. As you see, the 4 Expos, though, are going to get taken out early as the Queen moves in and takes down the Town Hall for the 1-star. Getting ready to watch those Hogs, and again, want to have a narrow path, 3 heal spells to keep those Hog Riders healthy.
I'm a little worried. Because the healers avoided the Queen. They went with the King instead, and this is where the Queen is. There's no poison for the... Oh, come on, get the Queen! You got this! Get her! Yes! Oh, the Queen got the enemy Queen! That's amazing for the Hogs, because otherwise they would have got completely picked off.
And here they come from the top of the base from about 12 o'clock with the Grand Warden in behind. First heal spell already down, and check this out, 2 rage spells remain as well. But that, unfortunately, is going to be tough because you've got a lot of defenses that are still left in what was probably hoping to be cleared out here. The Wizard Tower by the Eagle Artillery, the Twin Expos, all of those key defenses right here that the Hogs are pathing towards. You can see they're taking massive damage, and there's the Warden's ability.
Wow, the timing on that Warden's ability was absolutely fantastic because it was at the very end of one of the heal spells, and that kind of doubles as a final heal spell. And with a final rage spell being deployed, I mean, he got through so much of this base, considering his Queen Walk at the beginning kind of fell apart. A high percent or a mid percent 2-star, I would say respectable.
Yeah, you could see what was really more intended was to watch these Hog Riders kind of rotate through a clockwise direction because you wanted that queen charge entry to get the rest of these defenses down here at the bottom left of your screen. All the way, take a look at the bottom left corner at that mortar, the cannon, the Expo down there. That makes it completely different for the Hog Riders and also would have changed their pathing. Because, again, it's all about predicting where they're going to go and dropping those heal spells in front of them. Knowing exactly where they're going is definitely an advanced war attacker's key skill when using Hogs.
I mean, consider you've got all these Hog Riders, right? You put one heal spell and it heals all of them. That's a lot of damage per second that you're keeping alive. While if you only put heal on half of them, the other half die out. So that's the basics of why you want to keep your Hogs together. Now, if they run into the giant bomb situation, you still have the heal spell, you're okay, but it just didn't work out for Backdraft in that one.
Another 67% 2-star. That is the same score that Bulldog had earlier. Hog Riders, but again, we'll take a look here at that queen charge with the healers peeling off going after the Barbarian King. That was just not good news for this attack. And we knew early on there were going to be problems on the back end.
Absolutely. The attack went wayward from the very beginning. But here we go. Now starting off for Greek attack, we have Swiper. Swiper with the 3 is for the E, of course. We all know what that really means, Swiper. So the attack starting off with, looks like we have a funneling E-drag. And then also a Queen Walk Miner.
Queen Charge Miner, I'm loving it right here. This is really similar to the attack composition that I use actually. 24 miners, a funneling Electro Dragon, 3 heal spells and 3 rage spells. Did he steal this attack comp from me? I don't know. I might have to talk to Swiper a little bit later. But I bet he executes it better than I do. We'll see in a moment.
Well, that's definitely for sure, Galadon. So what we have here is the funnel. With the Pekka, the funneling starting up at the very top, it was absolutely essential for Swiper to get his troops into and following that wall wrecker. Now with pretty much nothing for her to chase on after, she's going to be doing just fine and following behind. Unfortunately, the wall wrecker did not get through that wall. And that is going to be kind of a problem unless that queen decides to just go through the wall anyway.
That's a big problem, Klaus, because now the Archer Queen can't get to the Eagle Artillery, and it might be a while before she even activates the defensive Archer Queen right here. Yep, she's going to path away. We'll see where she goes after this gold storage for a wall. Ooh, that wall was badly damaged there, so the wall wrecker did almost get through. So this isn't as bad as we had thought at a moment, but now the Archer Queen's gone left instead of going right after the Eagle.
Ouch, we needed her to swing off to the right. Now, fortunately, these miners are going to basically funnel and force the Queen to go in toward the Queen and the Eagle. But now, sadly, these miners are going to have to soak up some Eagle Inferno. It's going to have to soak up some Eagle shots.
Yeah, and the single target Inferno was on the Archer Queen there, Klaus. So he had to use the ability early. And now the Town Hall goes down. The units are moving in. The miners are up at the top. Now, finally, the defending Archer Queen is going to get taken out, but man, much later than he had hoped.
Yep, that Eagle Artillery has been raining fire down this entire time. Now, unfortunately, it looks like all of the miners are in the middle, and look at where they're going to go now. They're going to go toward both sweepers. They're going to split, and that is never a good thing for a miner attack. And on top of that, it looks like a lot of them died dealing with that Eagle Artillery to begin with, so this attack is pretty much in the books.
Yeah, that Eagle, the entire difference right there was that wall entry. Once the Archer Queen finished off that damaged wall by the wall wrecker, when she went left instead of right, that was the end of any hopes for how this attack was supposed to go. You can see the intention. It was a well planned out attack, but sometimes, especially at the interior of the base, it's really tough to tell where your units are going to path.
Absolutely. I mean, it's crazy to think, okay, a left, a 58% 2-star, a right, potentially a 3-star. I mean, it really comes down to 50-50 there. A little unlucky for Greek attack, but it was still an attack nonetheless that got that 2-star to keep them in the game.
Yep, so that was Greek attack's 4th attack, and they are at 8 stars, I believe, after 4 attacks. So again, averaging 2 stars per attack. So Quebec Fury certainly right here with Hot looking to put up the triple. Hot is ready. He's ready to go.
I mean, with the thumbs up, you gotta know he's ready. So with this being the 4th attack for Quebec Fury, they're both basically tied. Yeah, 2 stars per attack. Things are looking very tight for these two clans, and I cannot wait to see how it's actually going to end up. I mean, 2 attacks for Quebec Fury, 1 for Greek attack. Which one of them has the percentage advantage based on the previous attacks?
It looks like Greek attack has the higher percentage overall, and it's going to be close. We're going to have to see how this closes in, because Hot from Quebec Fury has another Pekka Bobat, half a dozen bat spells right here. And it's going to be close either way.
So with that, guys, the battle has begun. The wall record leading into that town hall, that clan castle lure, that poison. There's no poison. No poison for that CC. Lots of little troops. I like to see poisons on the multiple archer towers, or archers, not archer towers, but you're seeing here the bats actually being deployed now. That's what we've been waiting. I was watching for those.
Oh, check out that beautiful freeze spell right there. Reached out across the multi-target Inferno. Second freeze early, but also catching the Wizard Tower. It looks like the Ice Golem popped as well. Another freeze just in time to see that Wizard Tower go down, but no freezes left for this multiple target Inferno, and that is going to wipe out the bats pretty quickly.
It's uncanny how fast it actually just happened. But yeah, if you don't keep freezes on those multi-infernos and those wizard towers, then the attack goes awry very, very fast, and that's what we're seeing here. Now we're seeing a lot of Pekka up at the very top, so I'm not really all that worried about that. I'm worried about time. The Queen is going to have to hammer through multiple buildings at this point to take out the defenses, all the defenses inside the walls.
It's early to call right now, Klaus, but I'm telling you, the healer spread off that went off after the Pekka. You got the healer in behind the Queen and the Warden. She's still working away. She's going to get that Expo out of the way. 75%, over a minute left. Starting to look like there's a chance right here.
The Queen's health is starting to go down. There's no ability, there's no rage, and the Queen goes down, and with it, pretty much all hope. I mean, we've seen it. These Pekkas can do amazing things. We don't want to call it, but it's sad to see the Queen go down that early.
Yeah, that was tough. When you had these two-pronged attack remaining right there with the Queen working from the inside out and these Pekkas on the outside, we had hopes for a triple. Notice the Archer down at the bottom going to take out that air defense all by herself. But again, with 2 layers of walls to get through, we've seen Pekkas work their way through walls quickly, Klaus, but this one just too much.
I loved how he delayed his wizard deployment a little bit. He waited until the Pekka were going to stay in front of the wizard to deploy it. That's really high IQ for Clash of Clans, and he got probably another extra building with that. So, you know, all the props to him. 90% 2-star, definitely not something that we want to frown upon. It's not something to be sad about. 90% is a solid percent.
So 8 stars for both clans after 4 attacks, and again, at the end of this attack, watching that Archer Queen go down when she could have gotten so much more value had she just lived a little bit longer, you kind of have to think back to what happened to that one healer? What made her change her mind? She really think those Pekkas needed that much help? I mean, they've got all that armor. Maybe, you know, they're mistaking the Archer Queen with her new helmet for a Pekka.
It's got to be confusing. I mean, you know, with the sun glinting off the helmet, it's got to get blinding. So
I agree.
It's, you know, it's just no telling. But look at here. We have 4 attacks on each side. Partigiano attacking the final one for Greek attack, and their percentage spread is only 1%. This is coming down to the absolute wire here.
All right, so Partigiano, again, we're watching the bats are pretty much the order of the day from many of these clans, Klaus.
And I like to see that. You know, I like to see that. As someone who's not very good at bats, I'm taking notes. I'm trying to figure out, okay, what's special about this base? It seems like they try to throw them at every base because they're just so strong.
They really are, and again, it comes down to freezing, distracting, splash defenses, especially the Wizard Towers. Watch out for those multi-target Infernos as well. We're seeing the bats being dropped in a way that you wouldn't initially think. When bat spells first came out, I'm guessing most players would imagine dropping bats in the middle of a base, dropping them on top of defenses. But by dropping them outside like this, what they're doing is they're allowing the bats time to amass those huge numbers. And it's the huge numbers of troops at once that overrun defenses. And that's why dropping it on the outside has become the meta. And here we go again. Once on the outside, they're going to start to work on these ground targeting defenses. Watch for the Wizard Tower, though. No free spells remain.
Wow. So you just gave me a history lesson on that bat spell, Galadon. I do very much appreciate it. Now, going into and looking at what's left in this attack, we got a few bat spells. They're kind of picking off external defenses, but this wasn't a conventional bat attack where you have free spells and you try to like sweep through the entire base. No, this one was meant to just kind of pick off a few defenses while the rest of the army tries to take out the rest of the base, and unfortunately that doesn't look like that's going to be the case here.
Good point, Klaus. The bats were actually dropped in 2 different groups there. I think Partigiano might have even altered his strategy because remember there's 2 different approaches to these Wizard Towers, multi-target Infernos. That is either A, freeze them, B, distract them, or I guess there's 3. Technically, C would be destroy them. But really, if they're still up and the bats approach, you either need to have them frozen or distracted by multiple units.
That's right. So, and what it's easiest to see just freezing them. But, you know, these guys are pathing their troops correctly to where there's a Pekka distracting a wizard tower, and then these bats come from behind and destroy it.
And you know they're counting their troops. They're counting on having, you know, maybe 4 Pekka and a bowler, maybe even 5 bowlers in a lot of these cases, grabbing the 5 beams so that the bats can come in, and then the Inferno towers never know what hit them when they go down.
This minion and archer is my hero right now. They were right in the face of that wizard tower when that happened. And, oh no, bomb! Oh, come on.
74% though. That's a solid number for Partigiano and Greek Attack. So we'll see if Quebec Fury can answer with something higher than that.
That air bomb was not fair. I really, really wanted that minion to just survive just a little longer. It would. That would happen. Very unlucky.
All right, so taking another look at Partigiano's end of his attack, and again dropping that 2-stage bat spell, but mags him again. The cleanup hitter, the anchor player for Quebec Fury. We'll see if he's got it in him to pull ahead and take this war from Greek Attack.
It is so very close right now. I'm hoping to get some math on somebody in the back. Tell me what percentage this guy needs in order to win this. Is it only a 3-star? Is it an 80%? Hopefully we find out very soon.
Greek Attack was ahead by what, 1 percentage point?
Yes.
And they put up a 74. All right, so we'll let you do the math at home because I'm not doing it right here.
Yeah, me
It's going to be close. I'm guessing they need around, 76 plus somewhere. It seems like it, but
okay. All right, so as long
just go
as
with a clean 80. Let's just see.
Yeah, let's say 80. As long as Maxim gets that town hall in a high percent with an 80% or more, then I think that we can definitely say that Quebec Fury won this. But this is so close. It's every single moment in this war is absolutely crucial.
And check out what we're about to see here, Klaus. Psh, psh, psh. You know what that's the sound of? Witch slap.
Oh, okay.
It's a witch slap as you've got the 10 witches going down here at the bottom of the base, and 6 bats on the back end are going to follow up. So the idea of this attack is, again, completely overwhelming defenses with the skeletons and with the bats.
You can overwhelm them absolutely when you have 20 witches spitting out like 20 skeletons at a time. You're seeing 100 or more skeletons on the map at the same time, and most defenses can't handle that. So you're seeing very, very high percentage attacks with these new level 5 witches that were released in the last patch.
Yep, so 6 bat spells remaining to go, and we'll watch as these units move in towards the core. Lots of skeletons, and here come your bats from the bottom left. Again, getting them in as the multi-target Inferno is distracted by the
Four
got distracted by the numbers, distracted by the skeletons. I'm being told that it's 83%.
Yeah, we were both distracted by that. It's 83%. He's got to get 83% in order to take the win now for his clan and put himself ahead to move on to the playoffs soon. And these bats are really doing fantastic. This is more of a conventional way to use these bats. I mean, you're getting the freeze
another one
on the deathly defenses.
Yeah, beautiful placement, catching 2 defenses right there, the 2 key defenses. But even with that, that's the end of the bats, and we're just barely past 50%, Klaus. Got a minute and 10 seconds left to pick up another 32%.
Man, so he's, the giant bomb in the left for that wizard. That is why he deployed his other wizard slowly.
There's another one.
He waited to see. Just make sure there's not another giant bomb, because this cleanup on the left-hand side is absolutely crucial. He's got to get as many buildings as possible to get that 83% he needs.
Check out.
Give his clan the win.
Yes, the absence of defenses over here on the left-hand side. That wizard can go all the way through the entire left-hand side of the base. The Archer Queen still getting help from the healers. Warden, a couple witches as well. Crossing 60%, but just over 30 seconds left, Klaus. Can he pass 83?
The Queen's ability. We're going to see the ability here soon, and that is going to be huge for this attack. That wizard is going to be hammering out defenses on the left. We got 23 seconds left,
72,
and only 73%. Need 10% to go. Is he going to be able to get it? We're at 75, 76. I'm losing my breath. This is just too much. This
79.
79.
Still going strong.
Let's go.
80%. He needs 3 more 6 seconds.
He's got it. 82%. There's 83, and there it is. 84.
Oh, man. With the last seconds counting off the clock, Maxim picks up an 85% 2-star and gives Quebec Fury the victory.
Wow. It came down to that. They got an extra building or 2 just to make sure Quebec Fury takes the win.
Yeah, just in case our calculations are slightly off, they went for a bit more percentage there. Quebec Fury, 2 matches they had on this stage, and they weren't able to grab a single win of that. But now finally on the 3rd attempt, they take down Greek Attack in a super close matchup. And it was just an incredible last moment for the guys. They're doing it against Greek Attack, and with that, they're actually in a good position because that puts them overall on 10 stars and a good percentage. They were trailing by 1 star against Top of Japan, but they still have 1 match. So Top of Japan has to deliver, otherwise Quebec Fury might find themselves in the playoffs on Sunday.
Wow. So with all of that broken down, I want to say that we have no idea what's going to happen in this final war. Yes, we just had a war end, right? But don't go anywhere. Don't leave, because there's one more war, and it's going to decide everything.
Exactly, Klaus. It's going to decide a lot as to what's happening. 2 clans hoping to advance tomorrow to play in the playoffs against the 2 clans that we had qualify yesterday. The performances today, I mean, yesterday was amazing. The performances today, even better.
That's right, and it's exciting to see this top-level clash. And speaking of top-level clash, we've got one of the leaders over there with Rene.
We definitely saw top-level clash, that's for sure. I'm here with Gus and Hot from Quebec Fury. You guys have said it already. It took you 2 attempts, like 3 attempts, to finally get that win. But you guys want to let us wait until the very last second if you get that win there.
Yes, oui, on a vraiment on a trouvé ça difficile. Aujourd'hui, il y a eu de très bons clans face à nous. Je parle en français pour saluer la communauté française de Clash of Clans. Et j'ai Gus avec moi pour me traduire. Mais ça a été très difficile. Les clans adverses sont très forts. On est content d'avoir une victoire et on va la célébrer ce soir.
Yeah, so you just said hi to the French community, French speaking. So basically, yeah, the other clans were very strong. We were a bit impressed at the start, but we did wait for the 3rd match to unleash our Quebec Fury.
I think that was a great choice for that. Good show there. You guys were trailing by 1% before going into the last attack by Maxim, and you were also trailing by 1 point before going into, like 1 star, before going into this last match. So you guys still got hope for tomorrow, right?
Il vient de dire qu'en fait, on a perdu par 1 star. On était down par 1 star. Ensuite, quand Maxim est allé attaquer, on était down par 1%. Donc, il nous dit, est-ce qu'on a encore de l'espoir pour demain?
Non. On n'a pas espoir, mais c'est pas grave. On s'est amusé. On est venu compétitionner avec les plus grands clans du monde et on est très fiers de ça. On va apprendre de ça même.
Yeah, so no. Well, we'll see what happens, okay? But we had a thought earlier, and we actually processed the fact that we could lose 3 games, end up with 30 or 31 stars, and still go through if the other clans end up doing a 6 stars against 6-star game. We'll see.
I still got hope in you guys. Thanks for the interview. And with that, it's time for more game knowledge with our big experts coming from Tribe Gaming, team that you should know from the final. It's iTzu. iTzu, what do you have for us this time?
I have a really nice attack from Thor, which was a Pekka smash attack, and once again with a lot of Pekkas, which are the meta right now, since they are so beefy, and in combination with the healers, they're really, really strong. And you can see once again in the beginning, the funneling which he's doing. He's always using the 2 Pekka method, which means 1 Pekka is going on the outside, 1 Pekka is coming into his main squad. On this side you can see it as well. Once again, all of his Pekkas in the end are going inside, and then he's placing a really nice jump spell, which in the end leads his troops in 2 main compartments, both Inferno Tower compartments. This means both of the Inferno Tower goes down, and that's really, really crucial because, as you can see over here in the bottom in the scroll bar, he has bats for the end, which means he wants to get rid of as many splash damage defenses as possible. Now we can see the split. 1 part of the troops are going to the right, 1 group is going to the left, and this means in the end both Inferno Towers are going down, and in the end the troops at the bottom are getting even the Wizard Tower out of the way, which means he can send in his bats on this path through the base. And now you're maybe asking yourself, why is he placing all of his bats at 1 spot and not dropping it into the base like you would maybe think? And that's pretty much called a bed wave, which means you try to stack up all of the beds at one point, which means they can one-hit pretty much buildings. For example, the wizard tower, and it's gone. So this means you try to get as a big of group as from beds as possible, and try to pretty much one-hit defenses, and that's why you place all of the beds on the outside of the base and then just try to protect them with free spells. And in the end, it was a triple, Queen is still alive, and the split was really, really nice, which means this is gonna be a 3-star, and with this, we will go back to the desk and hopefully see some more.
Thanks, iTzu. With that, round 3 is not over. That's the difference of round 3, because we've actually seen 2 matchups. So we've got one more for you, as you can see on the schedule as well. So far, we said that already, it's looking pretty good for the Dark Looters and for Top of Japan, but Quebec Fury is still hanging in there.
It's nothing better to watch than a tie, and it coming down to just like 2 buildings. Like, after all of that time, it came down to 2 buildings? Are you kidding me? Jeez.
That was crazy to watch, and here we can see that we're going to be seeing these top 2 clans that have scored the most 3 stars so far today facing off in this final war. I am ready.
Yeah, it will be the clash of the Titans. Before we dive into that, let's see once again our Dark Looters.
My name is Wayo.
I'm Boom.
I'm Knowledge.
And my name is Yves Kalle. And I'm Flossie.
I think we are very well organized and are able to execute a lot of diverse attack strategies, and especially our voice activity is very immense. Yeah, at first we were very surprised that we made it into the qualifier, because our week wasn't the best. But yeah, then we were very happy to have the chance here to compete and yeah, have a lot of fun and a lot of great wars. I think Top of Japan looks very strong. Like some players already competed last season here in Katowice and also in the Champions War League. They are a huge competitor, and yeah, we are very looking forward to this war against them.
Talking about being surprised being here and then putting up that performance, I'm not buying that. It's not. I'm sorry.
All right, well, there's Dark Looters, Vale, Flossie, Yves Kalle, Knowledge, and Boom.
Up against Top of Japan, we got Takano, Toto, Sturdam, Ayase, and Earth.
Now, that's the matchup that we're talking about in the video that we're really looking forward to play against Top of Japan. And they get that. It's the very last match of Group B. So please welcome to the stage one of the teams hoping to get the playoff ticket all the way from Japan is Top of Japan.
Of Japan, of the rising sun, we have some of the most incredible war players there are. What is it? What is it? Oh, it's Dark Looters.
Yeah, I went for the wrong team.
Oh, good job. Dark Looters from Germany. That would have been funny if they would have switched in the back. No, Dark Looters from Germany, rock and roll. They're ahead right now. They want to stay ahead. They want to continue pushing and grabbing those 3 stars. And Boom, with 2 3 stars today, right? Or is it now 3? 2.
I'm trying to find a way if I can just dive under the table and never come back. Let's try again.
I mean, I
tried it before. We'll do it again. So please welcome to the stage the team all the way from Japan. It is Top of Japan.
Once again, the land of the rising sun. We got Top of Japan again. They want to be top of the world with some familiar faces and some 3 stars being shot down on every team they've gone against today. Let's hear it.
Am I still red? Can I get back on camera? Is it all right? Top of Japan and the Dark Looters. Definitely a top matchup, that's for sure, because it's for the lead in this group, or maybe even deciding if Top of Japan makes it to the, or both of them. Depends on, I think there's everything still on the table. Because Quebec Fury, they played already, they got their stars, so there's no more chances for them to get more of the stars. but there's a chance, obviously, for Top of Japan and Dark Lotus. So both teams still need, it's mandatory, to put on a good performance.
And remember, this isn't just about attacking, it's about base designs. And here are probably two of the best clans in the world as far as it comes to base design. I can't wait to see what they have in store for each other.
Let's get it hyped up for the last match of today. It's Group B, last match, the big clash of the Titans, the Dark Looters versus Top of Japan.
I like that. Clash of the Titans. You're talking about two of the top players today, or top teams today, duking it out to find out who gets the first seed, because the seed matters. The seed matters. The first seed for today will go against the second seed from yesterday. So you do get a bit of an advantage if you do win today.
Yes, you do want to come out on top. That makes sense. And that is absolutely true, because you may get what they might see as a slightly softer matchup. But again, Boom attacking Stardom on Top of Japan. And again, a base that I have to say I've never seen before.
Absolutely. I mean, these base designs, especially from Top of Japan, just seem always to be a little bit tricky. And the first attack we're seeing today is, again, from Boom, who has 3-starred both of his attacks today. We're looking for a perfect 3.
Oh, that
it's a Queen Walk Laloon, Galadon.
Let's go. Queen Walk Lalo is a beautiful attack. Hard to execute. In my mind, one I've never really been great at. Watch the Queen go down. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, wow. That Queen forces a Queen's ability and a rage spell to keep her alive, but it's absolutely essential that you do whatever it takes to keep her up. And I'm sure Boom was not planning for that to happen.
Oh, man, look, there's like 6 defenses firing on her right there. Good thing those healers are enraged, because here comes the Lava Hound and the archers. And man, that was unbelievably close. You almost could not see the Queen's health bar anymore, Klaus. And having to drop the rage spell and the ability, definitely not the ideal situation for Boom.
Look at that little minion sneaking up in behind, helping out with all those lava pups. Definitely a time waster here, but things are looking okay. The Queen should, if she sticks to the program, go up and handle that Eagle Artillery and the enemy Queen now. So this is definitely a really good value.
And you'll notice something unusual here, Klaus. The Eagle Artillery is already activated even when you just have the Queen charge portion of this attack up. That usually doesn't happen this early. It's because of the support troops that Boom dropped in. The Eagle went live, but it didn't matter. The Queen got it down before any of the air troops that are coming in the top of the screen here were affected.
There we go. So with that Town Hall being popped, all of the balloons coming onto that Giga Bomb, and it goes off, but no avail. The Warden's ability works out, and now the balloons are going to just slide on through this base.
Haste spells, the balloons getting over to that next Wizard Tower. Check the bottom of the screen, though. Wizard Tower, multi-target Inferno, air defense at the bottom. Got to worry about those. Archer Queen, well, that's about the end of that.
Yeah, that's about the end. I think that a Lava Hound kind of went wayward, went way off in the wrong direction, and you got to have, especially for a Laloon, you have to have every troop accounted for and playing nice and doing the right things, and whenever things go awry, you know, it just doesn't work out for you in the end. So Boom looks like he will not go a perfect 3 for 3 today, but still getting 2 for 3, putting his clan in a very good position moving forward.
Top of Japan, you can hear they're very animated over there right now. Again, these guys, I would say, probably taking more pride and more excitement in watching their bases defend than any clan we've seen here. And it's really cool to see, because it's so important to remember that base design is a critical part of being a top competing clan. And if you want to advance and have your shot at $1 million, you've got to be able to put together incredible bases.
And you guys, you got to know that they know each other's bases. They know where all of the traps are. So by watching their teammates, they know there's a giant bomb there, and they want to make sure that the enemy team runs into it, and they love it when they see that those giant bombs blowing up some troops.
So Boom with a 78% right there. Still puts his average incredibly high for the day after 2 triples to open things up. But again, I think a lot of it came down to that beginning, having to use the Queen's ability and a rage spell as a Queen charge attacker. That's something that you never want to have happen. You want to be able to keep those separate, and especially the ability. You want to be able to save that for late once the Queen's gotten in. You saw at one point she had like 6 defenses firing on her. That's the time that you want to be able to pop that ability.
That's right, because then they redirect, they hit something else that she can start picking them off and pick off enough to where then she can then survive once they retarget.
Yep, all right, so we've got Stardom from Top of Japan going after Vale from Dark Looters. This base actually looks familiar to me, like maybe it's a base that was at least similarly designed by one of the Greek attack players earlier?
I was about to say, yeah, you're right. This was a very similar base design to something that we've seen. They have the Ring of Fire, or the Wall of Fire, firewall at the north. They have the open town hall section on the south. It looks like this is either the same one we saw earlier or one that was rotated 90 degrees.
Yeah, to see a base like this show up twice in a day like this really makes me think, well, one word, screenshot. Okay, so let's watch as this attack starts out. The healers and the Lava Hound down early because they were able to pull out that defensive clan castle quickly.
That's right. Now with the Ice Golem leading ahead, we're going to see the Ice Golem should walk into the base and start. Nope, that Tesla's going to troll.
Nope.
Now is that
turn around? No.
Nope. Ice Golem's going to keep on walking off to the left and leaving the Queen behind. And the Ice Golem, for a moment, stole the healers. That was almost really scary.
Yeah, and that freeze radius is going to be outside of the Giga Tesla, which hurts things a bit as the Archer Queen did get the Town Hall down eventually, and now she's stuck in the Tornado Trap.
Well, if you look at the health of the healers, they almost all died. And with that single healing spell, brought all of them all the way back up. There is a ton of value there, so this is good. Queen Walk is still alive and running, even though she's charging into practically all of the Expos at the same time.
Trying to help her healers stay up with those skeletons, and then she's got multiple Expos firing on her. There goes the ability there. You can see exactly what Klaus was talking about, as all of those defenses retargeted on the archers for a moment, gave the Queen an opportunity to try to stay alive a little bit longer. Good heal spell. Queen's going to step out of it in a moment, but the healers are going to use it.
You know, we didn't even mention this until now, but there are 6 dragons in this attack strategy. I love to point out the different strategies that are being used here today. Dragons, of all things, and these being sent in from the backside of a sweeper on the left, and then a Stone Slammer sent clearly to take out the sweeper that's going to affect them.
Yeah, and did you notice the late wall breakers? With less than a minute left in this attack, wall breakers got the Queen in to take down the Eagle Artillery. She has gotten it out of the way. It did get a set of shots off that's going to hit some of those dragons at the top, but the Warden ability was there to prevent any damage.
But the Queen did go down, so now it's all up to these dragons. I mean, this is already a 70%, and all the dragons are still up. But then you got to think about time. You got to think about that sweeper and that air defense on the backside. This is definitely not going to be a 3-star, but it's going to be a commandingly high percentage 2-star.
And we should see well over 80%, but you're right, Klaus. Lots of big defenses on that right-hand side there. That Expo way down at the bottom, air defense, and that Inferno Tower. Warden trying to help out, but again, top of Japan happy with the numbers. And if we're looking at attack for attack, that was a higher percentage than the Dark Looters put up with their first attack.
Putting top of Japan ahead right now. It's going to be, I have a feeling, Galadon, it's going to be neck and neck going forward. I mean, we have, again, Dark Looters and top of Japan, 2 of the best clans in the world, and it is going to be an absolute, it's going to be a marathon, I think, for us to just keep up.
Absolutely. There's Eve Kale ready to go for Dark Looters. Perhaps the favorites coming into this. I would honestly think in today's round that we expected top of Japan and Dark Looters to perform the best, and indeed they have. Eve Kale, he's put up a 3-star earlier today. He's definitely planning for another. And again, this is not the first time I've seen this base today, Klaus.
I think this is mind games. I really do. I think that this is psychological warfare, where they're trying their best to just throw off their attackers and showing them familiar bases, because you know these players are good enough to know that if their base has been tripled on stream, then everybody else already knows where all the traps are.
Oh, Queen's ability early there, Klaus. She had to pop it, but you've got 7 bat spells and a good point. And I wanted to just remind viewers of something that Klaus pointed out earlier today, or was it yesterday, how a base, even though it has what is almost exactly the same design, can change so differently, can be such a different base with the change and the movement of the traps, Teslas, mines, and bombs.
Absolutely, the traps mean everything, and you can also just swap a couple of defenses and it changes everything too. So, it may be really intelligent, as we keep joking about, take a snapshot of this base. It really might be smart, because then you can just get it, move things around just a little bit, and you got yourself a new base.
I can tell you I'm not joking. I'm definitely looking at these bases later and maybe making videos about them. All right, let's watch as Eve Kale moves in. He's got the Warden's ability right there. Then looks like that Town Hall. It's taken a while to go down. They're working on it, and man, slowly but sure. There goes your Town Hall. There's a Pekka moving past at 44%.
And a new record, Galadon, for the bat spells. The bat spells.
What?
7 bat spells.
Here they come.
They've been deployed on the right-hand side.
So this is a bat bomb. This is a bat bomb deployment. You notice that it was a freeze, a rage, not in that order, and then the bat spells. You want to drop the rage first, then the freeze, because the freeze has a shorter duration. Now the bat spells are going to come out, and really this whole area of the base is getting annihilated.
Wow,
Klaus.
they got through that wizard tower just in time. I don't know. I think Dark Looters may be aiming for some easy or simple 2-star attacks here because they know that they're ahead, and as long as they stay above the halfway point, they're going to move on to the playoffs.
You're telling me you think Dark Looters is trying to 2-star?
I don't know.
I would never guess that, but personally, I'm thinking this was designed to be a triple right here, and it looks like it may stall on these defenses down here at the bottom as we round down to about 45 seconds left. And again, this is something that we see so often as the Queen drags her healers into harm's way, and they get absolutely fried by the multi-target Inferno.
But there's just no way to predict that, Galadon. I mean, you're looking at the base and you're trying to figure out which way everything's going to go, but at the end,
to be more thoughtful.
It's a dice roll, really. I mean, everything goes in there and they do their thing, and it's impossible to predict everything.
Well, I blame it on tunnel vision. I mean, you see that helmet that she has on? She's focused on what is in front of her. She's not looking behind her. She doesn't realize that the healer's like, hey, wait, there's this thing burning me.
That's probably true. She
Not what
can't see anything with that dang helmet on, man. Look behind you every once in a while.
And it's funny because she will turn and take out like skeleton traps if they're on her healers. So applause from both sides. Time runs out. Eve Kale with 80%. So consistency, if nothing else, right here.
Yeah, these guys are firing back and forth. A 78 and then an 80 for Dark Looters and an 80 for Top of Japan. All 2-stars so far. The percentage is slightly in the favor of Top of Japan right now, but just barely. We'll see what they're able to pull off here in the next attack.
Exactly. We'll see what their second attack is, and it looks like it's going to be Ayase. These guys, the pride of Japan, representing their country, and I gotta tell you, I mean, it's just so exciting to watch these guys. The excitement that Top of Japan has, I feel like they've been by far the most vocal clan that we've seen, celebrating not only attacks, but celebrating defenses. I mean, these guys, maybe more than anybody here, know the true value of a well-designed base, and they're congratulating each other on successful defenses.
Absolutely, and that's huge. I mean, we've been hammering it home this entire weekend, Galadon. It's all about not just being able to 3-star every base, because if you can 3-star every base and then your bases get 3-star, guess what? You don't win.
It's a wash. You haven't gained any stars for your clan.
So you've got to be able to hold up defensively and be able to execute these amazing 3-star attacks at the same time to be an excellent clasher.
Exactly, and to break it down further, if you're putting up an 80% 2-star and you're holding your average defense to under an 80% 2-star, then that's a win. That is where you're giving your clan that advantage.
And you know these clans are keeping track of all that as well.
Yes, they have this down to the 10th or the 100th of a percentage point, I'm sure. They'll know before us what needs to happen in these final attacks. Right now, Ayase, though, working that queen charge, and you see she's still walking right now.
And she's walking over toward the town hall. That's definitely a safe play, making sure that they get this 2-star. They do have a jump spell, though, and a king now starting on the funnel on the right-hand side. So you can definitely see this attack kind of lining up. And I hate to say it once again, Galadon, but I think this base is a familiar one.
It does look like a base we might have seen earlier in the attack composition. Pekka Smash, also familiar. Barb King on the right-hand side has discovered the Tesla farm. So he and his Barb's going to work on that. Looks like a Pekka and some bowlers over there. Most everybody else down into the town hall, and here comes the defensive CC.
Warden ability for that Giga Bomb, that CC under poison. So everything is, again, looking picturesque as we move along through this base. This queen working on the lava pups, a baby minion to come help out. Top of Japan yelling at each other, yelling at the attacker. You got this, buddy. And a rage spell now on some Pekka, wiping out that Eagle Artillery in just under a second, I'm sure.
Yep, so you got a multi-target in front of burning everything. Check out the Ice Golem freeze right there, freezing about half a dozen different defenses, Klaus. Again, the value of an Ice Golem on offense has just been insane ever since this last update. Gotta love it. Ayase past 70% now, but 2 Inferno Towers are still burning brightly.
Yeah, bright and beautiful, but again, hey, we have 2 free spells, so watch a free spell probably on this. Yep, there it is, the Inferno Tower. He tried to cheat his freeze over to the Wizard Tower, but it didn't matter. The Queen got it with her ability, and this is looking really solid.
Last freeze.
The Queen
is going to be on that.
Oof.
There it is.
But the Queen did go down, Galadon, so this is looking too close. This is looking way too close to call right now.
Oh, 46 seconds left, but that Inferno Tower is just going to be too much. Top right of your screen, though, how many Pekkas are there? Looks like 2 and 2 bowlers, maybe?
I mean, that Pekka on the right,
seconds.
watch this Pekka on the right. He's coming in toward the, she's coming in toward the Wizard Tower. And now, if we're lucky, she'll go into
that next enclosure? Will she go after the
man.
cannon? She's going after the Inferno.
That's good, but there's too many point
left.
defenses. No, it's not going to be it. It's not going to be that 3, but a 94, potentially 95 if she gets there quick enough. That is a huge percentage and definitely, again, puts top of Japan on top of Dark Looters.
Yeah, check it out. She does finally get through the wall. Ayase with a 94% 2-star. Definitely given a big advantage right now to top of Japan, 174% to 158% total damage.
Yeah, current update on the group. I mean, before we went into this, it was about top of Japan needing 9 for a tie with Quebec Fury, and the Dark Looters only needing 6 stars for that tie. So I guess the 6 stars might just fall right after the next attack. But with that update, we see everyone is still very close, and top of Japan still has to deliver.
All right. Dropping the next attack is
knowledge.
That's right.
I love it. And he's got an exclamation point.
Teacher of Clash of Clans, teaching the rest of us how to attack. And again, ooh, Electro Dragons, unusual. Not something we've seen yet today, I don't think, Klaus.
But look at the base design, Galadon. Let's analyze this baby for a minute. Everything is so tight and compact together that Electro Dragons, if things go right, there's a lot of value for the Electro Dragons Chain Lightning. If you get a rage spell on several Electro Dragons, that Chain Lightning can just blast through a base. And it's exciting to see.
Well, let's watch these heroes charge in. No doubt he wants to get the CC out. He wants to try to get that defending Archer Queen as well. He had to use both the King's down. He had to use the Queen's ability, and unfortunately, the Lava Hound and the defensive Queen is still untouched, Klaus.
And that's never a good thing, but it looks like that was part of the plan. I'm just watching and trying to figure it out. These Electro Dragon attacks, especially on a base like this. But notice another point on this base design, that L or that 7 that's around that Town Hall in the very top. I mean, how are the Electro Dragons going to get there?
Good point. Let's watch the pathing, because I don't think you'll see a Tesla pop up right there, because the design of that gap is to prevent the units from going. And sure enough, they're going to head down towards the Clan Castle, but they're close enough that I think we'll see at least a couple head over to the Town Hall. Sure enough, they do. There's a nice Warden ability as they're working on it. First star for damage. There's your second star.
There's that second star. I was waiting on it. There you go. So this is looking really good at this point, because we got a lot of living Electro Dragons, but no rage spells left, and all of the Teslas down there at the very bottom of the base.
Well, we just lost almost all of the Electro Dragons at once there, Klaus. And surprisingly, it's this Stone Slammer that's putting in work over the Tesla farm. Double Dragons come out of the wall wrecker, and this Dragon on the bottom left actually is going to get a lot of value. That Expo, is that set to ground and air? It's hard to tell for me.
It is, yes. I think it's ground and air. So both clans celebrating. Dark Looters seeing a high percentage 2-star. Top of Japan seeing what they believe is a defended 3-star, so no 3-star there for knowledge. With a couple of oh no, these dragons are going to lock onto this Hound. Nope. The Hound just kind of floats on by. The dragons don't even care.
Yeah, the Hound's going to go after that
hilarious.
Check out the minions. Oh, Minion finally triggers the Tornado Trap right at the end of this attack, but 92%. And check out the E-Drag. Going to move on until that Expo takes it down.
Ooh, I was about to say if that Electro Dragon has health, we're in good shape. And unfortunately, no, it's not going to be the triple, but 92%. These clans are still so neck and neck.
That had to shift the overall percentage advantage towards Dark Looters. That's the first attack we've seen from Dark Looters over 90%. But top of Japan, Ayase had just put up a 94. So it's tough. And again, top of Japan has only conducted 2 attacks so far. So we'll see. But it's great sportsmanship you're seeing here, cheering from both clans. And it's exciting to watch these guys compete. And both of them certainly trying to advance to tomorrow's playoffs. Last war of the day.
And it's possible, even if we do have a loser here today, Galadon, that both of these will advance. So we need to see to the very last minute.
I mean, I had just bit my tongue because I told you that Dark Looters might never safely 2-star. That E-Drag attack may have been an attempt at a safe 2-star, because Dark Looters knows that it's not as critical to 3-star right now as it is to make sure they grab enough stars to advance.
I think the best way to put it, and we've heard Dark Looters guys talk like this before, is they're just not taking as many risks. I think that's what it's all about. They're not really going for safe 2-stars. They're just not going for risky attacks. If they can get that 2-star, a high percentage, then they guarantee their position in the playoffs tomorrow, and that is ultimately what they need to be able to advance to the World Championships later on this year.
Definitely. And here comes Earth from top of Japan. He's taking down that defending Barb King right now, while 2 Expos were firing on the Queen as well, so that's why he had to use her ability early. Just too much damage incoming to the Queen. Her ability is used, and now you've got the King on the far side, and you can see how this attack is getting set up right now, Klaus.
It's pretty clear the plan. The jump spell leading into that Town Hall. There's no jump spell for getting into the Eagle artillery compartment, so that's really interesting, actually. There's a, I don't want to say safe 2-star, but looks like one, at least.
Exactly. You've got that firewall of Inferno Towers. Surprisingly, maybe the first time today we've seen 2 of 3 Inferno Towers set to single.
Oh, wow, you're right. So that's a firewall, but it's different with that Town Hall going down to 45% now, 46. As soon as they get that 2-star, they can breathe easy knowing that they have probably clinched a position in the playoffs. But again, I don't have math in front of me, but they're looking really good. If they keep this up, they're in a really good position.
But there's also the matter of pride. You know that each of these clans wants to defeat the other. Top of Japan and Dark Looters absolutely out in front right now. But you know they want to go home number 1. They want to defeat the opposing clan, because this is going to be a big advantage. And what was up with that freeze?
There you go. That's the new meta. Freeze the grass. I mean, in the past it was heal the grass, but now it's freeze the grass.
I've frozen the grass many times. I might even be able to lay claim to designing that strategy.
I mean, look at the scenery. We got lava everywhere and stuff. I mean, freezing something and probably feels nice.
Galadon Gaming, freezing the grass since 2015? I don't remember when the freeze spell came out. But anyway, Earth, top of Japan, 3/4 of the space down. And again, a solid attack, going to be in the 70s. No chance at a triple right here. But things have gone relatively well. Looks like he's closing in on 80%, Klaus.
And especially in this war, every building counts. So you can see they're trying their very best to deploy troops intelligently and then waiting to see what happens after everything has been dropped. We got a minion. Is that cannon going to go down? Nope. That's unfortunate, but 82% 2-star for Earth against Knowledge. And wow, at a glance, the clans look dead even.
I'm not even going to try to do the math. It's all dead even.
I saw you looking at it thinking you would do them. I was hoping you would.
Didn't have quite enough time.
These 2 clans are so close, neck and neck. Hopefully we'll see the numbers here in just a moment after this replay here. But as we speak, Valet preparing for his 3rd and final attack in this round robin. He's 3-starred earlier today too, isn't that right, Gally?
Yep, Valet. Yes, Valet has dropped a 3-star earlier, and just my rudimentary math skills did tell me the top of Japan was ahead. I think I had calculated it out to be about 1.2%. Oh, look, what do you know?
Oh, lucky you.
All right, here we go. Ring base one more time for Earth from top of Japan.
All right, so here we are, Valet, starting off the attack with some Electro Dragons. And we've definitely seen this base before here, Galadon. This is that anti-2-star base that was actually kind of stunted. I think it was like a 56% attack 2-star last time we saw it.
Is that right? Well, it's a base that's unusual, but proving to be very, very effective against today's meta. And again, watching the way that the storages are protecting these Infernos, remember that storages have such a huge amount of hit points, a lot of players will use them in place of walls for base designs.
That's right. You want to make sure and keep your troops away from the key defenses and away from that town hall. And so using the buildings with the higher HP is base building 101. Now we're seeing some Electro Dragons diving into this base, and we have some Wall Wrecker as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how these are used, Galadon. I mean, with the the Grand Warden leading the way here.
Well, we talk about anti-3-star bases being the most common. This is absolutely what you would call an anti-2-star base. The hope here from Earth of top of Japan is that that wouldn't happen, that the Electro Dragons headed towards the center. Now you've got a rage spell down, you've got them stalled. There's a freeze on the Giga Tesla. This is going to be a critical moment right here, Klaus.
You may have to have a second free spell here because those Electro Dragons, they get it off at the very last second. That was incredible. Now that 2-star has been secured, the percentage is higher than what we saw earlier, and he still has. Look, now he's changed it from a Wall Wrecker down to a Stone Slammer.
Is that right? Did he switch it mid-attack right there? The Wall Wrecker being taken out, Stone Slammer now, because the Wall Wrecker was that insurance policy. Had the Electro Dragons failed to get to the Town Hall, then the Wall Wrecker would have done it. Now, what came out? Was that Valkyries? Yes, it was Valkyries.
We
Finally,
never see the
Valkyries
Valks
out of the siege machine.
We never see the Valks unless there's a last-second ditch effort to try to get that town hall, and that's what we're seeing here. But we didn't need it, so now we're going to see some Valkyries pick off some defenses. And look at this. I mean, there's only one air targeting defense left, and it's a multi-targeting Inferno tower.
Yeah, but unfortunately for Vale, those dragons are very, very low in hit points, starting to go down. Now the Inferno Tower itself is really low in hit points as well. It's down!
Oh, it goes
it's down, and the Electro Dragon is still up.
Even if the Dragon is a Seeking Air Mine or something, that Grand Warden has enough. It looks like Valet is going to get a 3-star against this anti-2-star base.
I can't believe the turn of events right there.
2 3-stars. There you go, Galadon.
Vale picking up the triple. Look at that. Those guys so excited, and that was so unexpected, Klaus.
We did not expect that at all.
Until you pointed out the fact that there was only one air targeting defense left. Just the Inferno Tower and that heroic Electro Dragon. Amazing 3-star.
Wow, so they have set themselves apart. They were ahead by 2 stars going into this war for the entire round. Now they've got the 1 3-star, and Top of Japan hasn't done that yet. So they, as in Top of Japan, need to answer with another 3-star.
Absolutely. This will be their 4th of 5 attacks. Toto, who we've seen previously, he was here for March's qualifiers, so he's got some experience under the lights, in front of the cameras, on the stage, and behind the iPad, or device, whatever he's using.
Yeah, I can't see it, but I'm pretty sure
the attack's underway, and the Stone Slammer early this time. Going to help open up those walls for the Queen to charge in.
I just love the variety, Galadon. We're seeing Stone Slammer, the last troop deployed. We're seeing Stone Slammer, the first troop deployed. In the middle. I love these siege machines. They have changed the game so much and made it so much better because there's multiple siege machines on top of that. So just got to give it to Supercell and the dev team for keeping things nice and balanced and fresh and making sure every troop is valid, including, you see the miners here.
Exactly, another Queen Charge miner, but unfortunately that siege machine did not get in and break this inner layer of walls as it was going after that next defense. So we'll see what happens here with the Archer Queen, whether she's going to target an interior wall. After she gets this Dark Elixir drill there, she should go after, there she's going, oh, she's going for, wait, she retargeted. Oh, thanks to the jump spell there, the jump spell from Bum. Got the Queen to retarget, but she's spinning around. Now she's going after the defensive CC.
And that air defense is doing way too much work. Fortunately, he did have that jump spell as a backup plan, but you know, now with that air defense doing work and that Queen running out of health, he had to pop the Queen's ability, and every single healer is now down, so I don't know if he's going to be able to get the value out of that Queen walk that he wanted. Now he has to really make these miners count and at least get that Town Hall.
Definitely. So you'll see the remaining funnel is going to be the Barb King at the bottom. So you'll see the miners come in from about the 10 o'clock position on the base here, going after the Town Hall first. That's going to be the safest approach. Here they come. So the Barb King, again, trying to funnel those miners in, also taking some fire from those ground targeting defenses, and your miners should be quickly on the top of that Town Hall.
You know, he wanted that funnel to be a lot thinner. That was a very wide gap of buildings to send those miners into, and fortunately the Town Hall was near the outside. But
good use of the Warden's ability right there. We talk about the Warden not being needed, the ability, but they were staying surfaced because of the defensive Barbarian King, Klaus. Critical use right there.
And that's, again, the IQ, Clash IQ of these players for paying attention to the small details and not assuming things. They're watching, they're preparing for every single option and what could go wrong and what's going right, and reacting accordingly.
Definitely, and that's going to allow those miners to survive a little bit longer, but not too long, because again, the Eagle was still up, and that was because of the fail of the Archer Queen to perform her charge duty.
Go Goblins. Look at the top of your screen, guys. That is a Goblin. Well, 2 Goblins, and they're working.
And they're gone.
Oh, man. I was really hoping the Arch Tower was busy on the Ice Golem so the Goblins could just sit there and hang out for a while. That would have been awesome, but unfortunately, you don't see a lot of Goblins in war, but at least they have a job.
That's true. And Toto from Top of Japan putting up a 67% 2-star as time is going to run out. And again, Queen Charge not quite working out, and again, seeing an Eagle Artillery working at the end of an attack, the last thing you want as an attacker.
Ouch. So without getting the 3-star, and actually the lowest percentage that we've seen in this final round, Toto not doing his clan any favors. They needed a 3-star, and now it's going to come down to their final attacker. But speaking of final attacker, we have the final attacker for Dark Looters coming out now.
All right. Let's take a look at the group update so far. Dark Looters ahead 33 stars, Quebec Fury 31, Top of Japan just behind Quebec Fury right now with 30.
Wow, so if Top of Japan gets a 0-star fail for their final attack, they will not advance. Anything above that, well, if they 1-star, they tie. And if they get the 2-star they've been aiming for, it's Top of Japan and Dark Looters in the playoffs tomorrow.
That's true. So we definitely expect to see Top of Japan put forth a low-risk attack that's certainly going to grab 2 stars, because as much as they would love to beat Dark Looters right now, they have to have their eye on tomorrow as well.
Absolutely. Now, of course, if they came out with a 3-star and beat Dark Looters, then that would definitely give them a psychological advantage going forward. And that's something that needs to be remembered, is that these clans are going to see each other again tomorrow. And there's a lot to be said for winning the previous war the day before.
Exactly. And here we go. Speaking of bases we've seen before, the famous Exposed but Expos clan base, as Flossie is attacking Takana's base. A pair of Expos way on the outside of that town hall.
We got one little archer on the bottom. There was one archer shooting healers, and he sent an anti-archer basically to pick it off. So that was just paying attention to detail. I've been saying that. I'm going to say it again. These players pay attention to what's going on the pad or the phone, and they really do their very best to react accordingly.
You better believe that they have a plan and a method for every single troop, and they plan this down to the exact tile of where they're going to place those troops. We have not seen spam attacks. We see precision, surgical attacks time after time today.
Time after time is absolutely right. I love watching it. I'm sad that it's coming to an end now with the final 2 attacks of this round robin, but there's a lot more coming tomorrow with the playoffs, with the winners of today and tomorrow. With this attack actually going interesting. I mean, with all the bowlers going one way, the queen and the healers and a few Pekka going the other way, and then some random balloons on the right.
You have random balloons, and you can see again, though, Eagle Artillery is still up, and that Pekka can't get through. Another Pekka is going to follow in the first one's place and also suffer to that single target Inferno. Archer Queen still alive, past 50%, but now the Eagle is up, and she's nowhere near it. She is going to need her ability soon. She still has the ability. 1:10 left. Ouch. Look at how much damage that Eagle Artillery does on the Archer Queen.
You better believe that Flossie came into this attack knowing that all he had to do was show up, because that 2-star definitely secures their position in the playoffs tomorrow. You know, they were looking for the 3-star as usual, using their Pekka Smash attack, but they're happy with this 2-star. They came out, they brought it hard, and ended up on top of the whole entire group.
Yep.
Handily.
71%, and you said it, Klaus, just like iTzu mentioned earlier, this is definitely the meta right now. Probably the most frequent attack we're seeing is a Pekka Smash. We saw a lot of use of bats earlier. We've seen some Queen Charge Minor, even Queen Charge Lalo, but the attack of the day has been the Pekka Smash.
Absolutely, and speaking of attack of the day, we have the final attack of the day, Takana, with basically he must 3-star in order to take the win over Dark Looters, assuming they have the percentage advantage, but with Toto's attack previously with being pretty low, and with that 3-star coming in with 100%, I'm not sure if who has the percentage advantage.
Well, this is going to be tight. If you see Top of Japan were to put up a 3-star right now, that would be worth, what, 20%? So that would put them at 84.6.
Wow.
So they would be ahead by 0.4% if we're seeing a 3-star right here from Takana.
Again, to reiterate what Galadon said, if Top of Japan 3-stars this, then their total destruction will be 84.6 and they will take the win. So this is all coming down to this final attack. We've got some miners coming in with some Queen Walk and a base design that, yet again, I'm getting a little bit of deja vu.
It could be, and let's watch this, as we've got a solo Hog Rider as well. So like we said in the last attack, every unit has a purpose, very specific plans. Here comes the Stone Slammer in here. It's going to open up that wall, drop in the bomb. Watch the 2 walls open up right there. Pathway now, the Archer Queen knows exactly where to go. She's going to follow in right as the Clan Castle gets activated.
There we go. So with that Stone Slammer breaking stuff through, the Queen can now charge in. She's not having to deal with it. Look at those sweepers pointing the opposite direction, so she is good to go. She can just come in, hang out with the Lava Hound, pop it, get some pups down, and then handle that air defense and potentially go through and get the Eagle Artillery.
Okay, minute 45 is ticking right now. Barb King on the left-hand side, so watch quickly for those miners to drop. Remember, a minute 30 to a minute 45, that critical window where you need to get the miners started. They're not the fastest troop, and here they come with a minute 34 left right at the town hall.
All the miners deployed at that town hall. That is a safe position to put yourself into, at least 2-star.
Oh, the skeletons were up there. The skeletons kept the miners surfaced, but Takana used the Warden's ability, and that kept the miners alive as the Giga Bomb went off, and they were all still above ground, Klaus.
And now they run into that tornado trap. Again, that miners don't care about the tornado trap, but they do definitely care about that Eagle artillery. Unfortunately, some of them split off to help out with that. Enemy Queen goes down on the right-hand side. Things are looking really good for him right now, all but the clock.
And the Eagle is still up. We're under a minute left. Good point, Klaus. Lots of miners. Oh! Finally, the Eagle goes down to, it looked like a single miner.
It was the single miner at the very last second. That Eagle artillery goes down. That is a huge win, but if you look over on the left-hand side, there's just not that many miners left.
I just heard a big moan over there from top of Japan. I think what happened was, as that miner got down the Eagle got 3 last shots off, and those were enough to wipe out almost all of the remaining miners on that left side of the base, Klaus.
Very unlucky, very unfortunate. That Eagle artillery, huge problem to deal with in pretty much every attack strategy. But coming into this with a really high percent 2-star, you can't beat yourself up over it. I mean, it's a great attack, but just, man, to need a 3-star and just not get it to win it for your clan, that has got to be tough.
Yeah, and again, I hate to keep hammering this home, but I feel like the Eagle made the difference between the win and a 2-star right there, because that 3-star absolutely would have been critical. And again, the Eagle artillery, so much damage, 83% Takana, great attack to close out this war.
Not the attack that they maybe wish for to beat the Dark Looters, but enough to secure their ticket to playoff Sunday. The Dark Looters once again victorious here over top of Japan. It seems like the Germans were just unstoppable here on day 2 of our Clash of Clans World Championship. It's still our April qualifier. I was supposed to say March. But we're having everyone. We have 4 teams for the playoffs.
Well, there they are. The 2 that qualified today are walking off the stage together. Top of Japan lost, but they are the winners today, advancing to tomorrow's playoffs, Klaus.
Incredible to see these 2 clans, and I wanted to point out that the 2, we have Team Queso and Blade JP from yesterday, Top of Japan and Dark Looters for today. I mean, we're talking, we have, I think, a much more entertaining day tomorrow than any day ever that's ever been streamed ever.
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 Oh, for certain. And remember, the lineup, the format changes tomorrow. So we have 2 of the best clans today, 2 of the best clans yesterday. We've got the German Dark Looters. We've got 2 clans from Japan. Team Queso, the second ever professional esports organization to come to Clash of Clans. All 4 of them facing off single elimination, except for the finals are best 2 out of 3.
But also, note that the previous round, it came down to the only 3-star of the entire round. There was only one, and it came down to that. So amazing for Valet, specifically for getting that 3-star. I'm flabbergasted. I'm amused that it was an Electro Dragon attack, and
that was crazy.
That was just way too fun.
I'm surprised too, but I definitely want to hear from Rene and find out from some final words from both of these qualifying clans.
Thanks, Galadon. I'm here with Vale and Toto from both of the teams we just saw on stage. And congratulations to you guys, because you got your ticket to playoff Sunday. Let's start with you, Toto. It was an incredible match, a great performance, but in the end, it wasn't enough to beat the Dark Looters. So is there anything they can get, like tricks you can still pull out your sleeves next time to beat Dark Looters?
今日はすごい何か試合ありましたが、でもダークルートに負けましたね。もう今回は何か新しい、戦術とかしたら勝つことできますか？どう思いますか？
そうですね。配置を見たときにはまず3スターを取るのは難しいなと思っていたので、その前の2つの対戦で保湿を稼いでダークルーターズとは配置の硬さで勝負して破壊率で勝とうとは思っていました。
すみません、もう一度もっと簡単に説明してくれませんか？
配置の硬さでダークルーターズとは勝負しようと思っていたんですけど、相手がうまいこと3スターを取ってしまったので負けてしまったんですけど、決勝ではそうですね、リベンジしたいと思います。
Yes, we lost today, and it was quite hard game for us, and because the rival is very strong. But we will try tomorrow our best to win them.
There's still everything in the game for you guys, that's for sure. How will the evening now look for a team? I mean, you've got that one evening now to prepare for the playoffs tomorrow. Anything specially planned to make sure that you're on top of your game tomorrow?
今日何か決勝前は今日だけがありますので夜だけ夜しかないので何か特別なことする予定がありますか？何か特別なプラン？
そうですね、日本クランのブレイズ JP もセミファイナルに進んでいるのでこうお祝いみたいなのしたいなって思ってます。
So it's nice that tomorrow we will be here with like Blaze JP. So I think we will think maybe together about it, like about tomorrow.
A bit sport between the Japanese team. Over to you, Vale. And I have to say, and I have to ask, how are you guys doing that each and every time? I mean, in the video, you tell us like, oh, we're a bit surprised being here, ending up on the qualifier. And I'm not running through your statistics right now just to tell you how wrong that was and how many stars you accumulated. How you do that?
Well, I think we prepared very well in offense and also in defense. And yeah, we just planned the attacks very detailed. And yeah, we had maybe also a bit luck, but all went to plan. And yeah, we are very happy about it.
Yeah, you can be happy about it. They made it to the playoffs. You might be the ones following Tribe Gaming to the World Championship, to the big stage at ESL 1. Is there anything now that you still want to adjust? Or was it like, that was a perfect day, the luck was on our side as well, we just want the same tomorrow? Or you still head back now to your own headquarters and work on something?
Well, we're trying to improve our gameplay still, but yeah, today it was a very good day for us, and I think if we can like pull out 11 or 12 stars tomorrow, it should be yeah, a very good position for us.
I'm absolutely sure about that. Thanks everyone and welcome once again to Playoff Sunday. I also can welcome iTzu once again, our expert with everything when it comes to strategies and attacks on Clash of Clans. So what is it this time?
This time we have an army composition which we don't see that often nowadays anymore, and that are the E-Drags. Especially the attack from Vale, even though he's still sitting over there. He can see how he, in the end, did pull off the triple with some really, really nice loons in the end. Going to the cannon, and really often on those anti-2-star bases, you're trying to protect the eagle with, for example, black mines, or in the end, the tornado trap. He tried to trigger as many of those, and in the end, he put out 2 black mines, which were placed next to the eagle. After that, he's dropping a really nice rage and some wall breakers to get his heroes inside, and those 2 are walking into this really large compartment, trying to clear out as much as possible. And after that, just notice what is still standing on the right side. You can see on this part of the base how close all of the buildings are next to each other, which means that's where E-Drags are really shining. When there's like buildings next to each other, the E-Drag bounces have a lot of value, and he has still 4 rage spells left, which in the end is a lot of spells for E-Drags. So we can see the first E-Drag is getting placed, the second immediately follows, and then the E-Drags are coming in. The next really, really high level move from Vale was the sweeper over here. So you can see he's pointing into this direction, which means in the end he will always target the E-Drags which are on the town hall, which in the end means that they will probably dodge the Gear Tesla bomb from the town hall and dodges all of the damage over there, so they can, or he can concentrate with the eagle, with the warden ability onto the Electro Dragons, which are on the right side, and after that just continuing through the rest of the base. And now there's like a really good trick which a lot of pro players are using. You can see over here he had the slammer, but in the beginning he started with the ram, which means he always brings his own siege machines with him, so he can on the fly switch between them. For example, the plan was to get the Town Hall with the Ram, with a couple of Valkyries in it. In the end, the Electro Dragons took out the Town Hall, which meant the Valkyries were not needed. So we switched from the Ram to the Slammer, and in the end, takes out the air defense and the Expo, which leads to this wonderful Electro Dragon triple. And that's pretty much it, how you use Electro Dragons nowadays. With this, we will get back to the guys at the desk.
Thanks, iTzu, and I'm just happy that Valor didn't try to beat me up after I announced them as the wrong team today. But let's not talk about that. Oh, really? I was like, 1 second, I was like, oh, but everything was right. We played all the matches of today, and as you can see in the schedule, all of them went in favor of Dark Lotus, that's for sure.
Yeah, they performed exceptionally, and right there at the end, that 11-10 win with the 3-star over the anti-2-star base.
It's amazing. I mean, look at their, like Dark Looters specifically, 12, 12, and 11. They got 5 3-stars.
Like Quebec Fury had been so close. It's something that's kind of heartbreaking for me. I think they considered themselves the outsiders, and they're now on 31 stars. And we know yesterday that was once again the cutoff point, 31 stars.
And that's heartbreaking too, because they're only 1 star from advancing, but that's also good for top of Japan. They made it by 1 star, and then Dark Looters 4 3-stars ahead of them. So
enough.
Tomorrow's going to be interesting.
With 2 players from Dark Looters that dropped 2 3-stars each, Vale and Boom. Cannot wait to see both of those guys tomorrow.
Yeah, it will be a tough matchup for them. Nevertheless, here we go with the playoffs. So that's what you will see tomorrow. Team Casso goes up against top of Japan, and the Dark Looters will face Blaze JP. So that's a similar setup we saw on the previous playoffs when Blaze JP faced Tribe Gaming. But this will be, that will be an incredible day. Go for it.
Yeah, this is crazy. The quality of play that we just got through seeing through these last wars, and then to see the quality of play that we will see again tomorrow to top this, offense and defense, it's mind-blowing.
And not only is it mind-blowing, but it's exciting. I'm ready for it to, can they just start now? Like, can we just go ahead and start now? You guys are cool with it, I'm assuming, but no, we need to take a break, don't we?
I'm pretty sure the players were telling you no.
They're like, no!
Players need time to prepare.
They had some time to prepare for a special video, because we went into a speed session with them, asking them what was the most unusual place to play Clash of Clans.
I was in New Zealand once, and had some month there and traveled with a friend around New Zealand. And my clan took me in the war, and I was on the northern cape of New Zealand, and there were like 30 minutes left in the war, and I needed to dip some bases because otherwise we would have lost. And I made 1 attack and it tripled. But I wasn't able to do the second hit because my internet broke and we lost with 1 star, and I would have won the war with the attack.
The most unusual place I played Clash Clans, I actually have a great story about this. So I was playing Clash Clans in the airport, and I had somebody come up to me and he was also a Clash Clans player, and we talked about it for about 20 minutes while we were waiting for our plane, and it was an excellent experience that would not have happened if he had not seen me playing Clash of Clans in the airport.
I play Clash of Clans almost everywhere. My wife don't like this, not like that. I play at the grocery when we're doing grocery shopping.
The most unusual place that I have played Clash of Clans is inside the swimming pool.
歩きながらやってました。
I think the most unusual place where I played Clash of Clans is the university. When I was in a lesson and I had a war attack to do, and the war was running out, so I just went in and tried not to fail and get the safe 2-star maybe and potential 3. It was just 2, but it was very, I was scared that I get caught attacking in the university, but it all went well.
I'm so glad that with that, I'm not the only person that actually played esports while being in the university, while being in a lesson. So I think many people did that. Sorry to all the professors out there.
Well, that's why I like to call Shaso the 300 IQ Clash of Clans player, because he's playing at the university when he should be studying, or maybe he's doing both at the same time. I wouldn't doubt it with Shaso and these guys from Dark Looters and Dark Unicorns.
But then also the guy that was like, I play in the swimming pool. What? Like, we were just talking about playing in the shower. Maybe. But a pool?
Well, yeah, it sounds good.
I can't
Having
get over
a cocktail
that.
next
Sounds
to
relaxing.
Yeah.
It just sounds dangerous, too. I'm sorry.
Got to be able to relax. You know, this game can make you, you know.
I hope they all will relax, because they need to calm down a bit before tomorrow. It's the big playoffs of the April qualifier. It means I will see you guys there again. Thanks for all your insight today, though.
I appreciate it, Rene. We had such a good time, and I think, really do think this was probably the highest level competition we've ever seen. And tomorrow will definitely eclipse today. So cannot wait. It was an absolute blast, and I definitely enjoyed casting alongside both of you.
It's been amazing, and we talk again and again about the 3-star attacks, but the base designs that we saw today, so exciting, such new innovations. Super excited to see what happens tomorrow, because you know these clans have all burned all of those bases. They've got to have brand new bases ready for tomorrow.
Performance went up, like basically destroying the whole graph over the weekend we had so far. So cancel all your plans for tomorrow. There can't be anything on your schedule at all other than watching the playoffs here at 4 p.m. CEST. We will be back, so make sure that you're there as well. I will be there. My name is Rene, and I'll see you there.